Olá, pessoal, sejam todos bem-vindos a mais um ensinamento público não oficial com o nosso amigo Jalal. É um prazer estar aqui com vocês, aprendendo bastante. As últimas aulas foram maravilhosas. So, hello everybody, we are here for one more public teaching with Jalal and so many knowledge seekers. I think we have so much to talk. How do you want to start, Jalal?
Hello everyone, good day and good evening. I think today we are very short of lot of knowledge seekers.
Yeah. Like
What
they are,
about the Spanish group? They are not joining?
yeah, they are coming right now. Liliana just joined. I think they are joining because they finish and they come here. They finish their meeting. They are always late because there's a lot of Spanish coming.
Okay.
Maybe we can wait for them, you know.
No problem, no problem. Yes, good evening everybody, yes.
My wife went to the planet Uranus, Jalal.
Uranus.
Yeah, during the nighttime. She remembered a lot of things. It was like 4 days after the enhancement, the flying unit, the announcement, and she was amazed. You know, she saw a lot of green vegetation, a different green color, different types of animals. She said that
there is a life in every centimeter in this universe. But it's due to our strength of amino acid. We see only this spectrum of entities of light.
Pessoal, que o Jalal tá falando, eu tô falando para ele que minha mulher foi para Urano, né, num sonho. E eu falei que ela viu vegetação lá, ela viu animais, e o Jalal falou que está cheio de vida em para todo lado, mas a gente só vê de acordo com o nosso aminoácido dos nossos olhos, né? Ok, Jalal.
But theoretically, and what inside the leans, it's plasma, and what we have in our houses from CO2s and COOs and CH3s, also plasma. So they are connected.
O que o Jalal tá falando que, teoricamente, o que tem dentro lá do centro de Lins é plasma. E o que tem dentro de nossas casas, os GAN, CO2, NO, é plasma. Então, eles estão todos conectados, tá? Todos os plasmas estão conectados.
And we done this experiment, especially me and Herbert and Dean in the Wednesday reactor group. It is about 2,500 kilometers away, and we are connected. And when they rotate the ganses, I felt it in my pocket. You remember this?
Yeah.
I explained it. And I wasn't noticed that this ganses, what I have, it is from the mother there, what they are using.
Yeah, you say the big container.
Yeah, the big container, when they mix it.
Yeah. O Jalal tá falando que ele já comprovou isso quando ele esteve lá em Lins. Quando ele pegou um pouco de gans de um recipiente enorme lá, cheio de gans, e ele colocou no bolso, no vidrinho, e ele estava a centenas de quilômetros de distância, talvez milhares de quilômetros, e o ganso começou a vibrar no bolso dele, e ele sentiu que estava conectado com a mãe, né, que é o recipiente maior.
And you know, really, in my understanding, this is what really Mr. Cash trying to teach us, that in a way, if you look deep inside, we are all connected with everything, with the creation, but because it takes a lot of energy to think in this way, So we accepted to ignore it and let it, in the dream world.
Uhum. O que o Jalal está falando é que nós estamos todos conectados. O Sr. Cash está nos ensinando isso. Só que a gente decide ignorar tudo isso durante o tempo do nosso sonho, porque a gente fica na nossa zona de conforto aqui na fisicalidade, né?
What they think they are doing there in Leeds. Mr. Cash give you the possibility to enter the what we call world of dream, but one difference that you live this event and you control it, and what you want in this dream.
Uhum. O que o Cash está nos ensinando é que você pode controlar esse ambiente que você chama de sonho, que não é sonho, são experiências. Você está no controle, você pode... E aí eu já adiciono com o que o Jala falou, quando o André estava lá no Mojan, fazendo o treinamento lá, o Cash falava para eles assim, ó, vocês têm que sonhar uns com os outros, vocês têm que interagir no sonho, ver a roupa que o outro tá e confirmar que era a mesma roupa. I'm just adding, Jalal, that when Andreas was on the Mojang training, Mr. Cash said that you must dream about each other, you know, see, interact, see the clothing, the same color.
It is easy for us to enter the dream and do what we do, and we go out without any responsibility. It's for us, it's easy. There's no responsibility about your action, so we disconnect from it, because all we accepted that it's a dream, and so what happened in the dream stay in the dream.
Yeah, just like Las Vegas.
Yeah.
O Jalal falou que pra gente é muito fácil, porque a gente não toma responsabilidade nenhuma. A gente vai pro sonho e faz o que quer, não toma responsabilidade por nada. E é como se fosse Las Vegas, o que acontece no sonho fica no sonho.
But the real question now for all of you guys here, knowledge seekers, in reality, what is the difference between, let's say, Daniello yesterday and Daniello tomorrow when he go to Linz and be in that environment? What is the difference? Did we change Daniello? Or what we done?
Change the environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
o Jalal tá dizendo assim, qual a diferença do Danilo tá aqui, o Danilo de hoje, ou o Danilo de amanhã que vai para a unidade de voo lá, vai para Linz? A única coisa que mudou foi o ambiente, a gente não mudou o Danilo em si.
And the question, and the real question, if there is a plasma environment, how much of it, how many grams, how many kilos of gases, let's say, in this environment? What do you think?
You mean in Linz?
In Linz, okay, in Linz, in that environment where they sit and they experience what they telling us. It's a plasma environment. How much from it? How much of it?
Então, o que o Jalal está perguntando é quanto que você acha que tem de GANs lá no ambiente plasmático lá em Linz? Quantos quilos?
How much you think? Kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilo of plasma there?
1 quilo, 2 quilos, 3 quilos de plasma?
And the question, if there is 1 kilo or 10 kilo, and you have minimum 70 kilo, 60 kilo of gases and higher source of gases, you cannot use it?
Ele está dizendo assim, Mas quantos quilos de ganso você tem no seu corpo? Será que você não pode usar isso?
But no, here we do not accept that. Here we accept this condition. Isn't it?
E será que é porque aqui a gente não aceita aquele tipo de condição, a gente não aceita aquilo?
I think we have Claudia. Claudia, can you speak?
Hello, Jalal. I'm
Hi,
here.
Claudia. How are you?
Fine, and you?
I thought you are going there.
I will go on the 2nd of August.
Okay. I thought you are already there.
I wrote to Mr. Cash this morning because when I woke up, I read a message of Mario that they were in holidays on 1st of August until 16th of August. My body was like, what? We bought the tickets and everything, and after he broke and we go.
Okay.
We will be there. I think 2 people. I don't know, but we go.
Você tá indo sozinha, Cláudia? Ou vai com uma galera?
Eu vou com o Josafá.
Nossa, que massa, que honra, hein, cara?
É.
Caramba, que legal. Fico
I go
feliz
to
por...
with a friend, Josafá, from Brazil too.
Que massa.
But
Caramba, que legal.
I was very, I don't know, very nervous in this morning, but everything. But the Mr. Cash won't be there, and it's not so good. But I want to meet him. But
Mr. Cash não vai estar lá, é isso?
no.
Então você vai dia 2 de agosto, só pra galera entender, né?
É.
Legal, você e o Josafá.
Uhum.
Pô, que legal.
Are you going, Jalal, too?
Yes, I'm going, but not this year.
I want to meet you too.
You know what's the problem? My passport and my ID card is already expired since last year, and I didn't know about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, and this year when I came to make arrangement to vacation and traveling and even goes to Linz, and I see, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
since 21. And
you
no
don't have
chance.
a green card. You have a red card, not a green card.
Yeah, I have German passport, but you know what's the problem? There is no appointment in the embassy, and even if you get an appointment, they will not establish you any papers. Maybe it takes 2-3 months because so much crowded people making their papers and passports. You cannot.
Okay.
So
but you can ask an emergency or not?
Yes, I can, but let me take first appointment.
Okay.
I can take emergency passport. I am willing to do that, but if they give me the appointment.
But Jalal,
Jalal
do they not have an online registration? I was checking for mine because I've run out of Canadian passport, and there is an online place where you can actually go. You can't even vote.
Yeah, my dear. But the problem, everything here is online, and when you enter online to make appointment, they tell you there is no empty place, no empty place.
Oh, shame.
So that's
Okay.
the problem.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
But anyway, I am satisfied, you know, because Mr. Cash told me you are the last one who is going out of air.
You are the violin
The
guy.
last one is good.
The last one, yeah. I will close the door behind me.
You are the violin player of the Titanic.
Yeah, yeah.
Bom, o pessoal, só para inteirar vocês aí, o que o Jalal está dizendo é que ele não vai poder ir porque ele está com problema no passaporte. E é isso.
But everything is good. It's really, you know, it's really, it's a pleasure and joyful when you see all these people who is going to the to Linz and experiment and see these beautiful things. It's chilling, you know, give you a smile all the time. Today I was translating to my wife, and she asked so many questions. I said, wait a minute, you asked me. They are already done it yesterday. So I said, okay, can I ask them? I said, okay, if they come out, you can ask them. But they didn't came.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Jalal. What's the difference between dreaming and going to the flying unit? Okay,
What?
What's the difference between dreaming and going into the flying unit? Okay, let me translate my question. Ok, então aproveitando a conversa, eu tenho uma pergunta para o Jalal. Tem tudo a ver com a nossa conversa aqui. Qual a diferença de sonhar, de dormir e sonhar, e de entrar na unidade de voo?
In what we call traveling with the soul, in the dream, you have no control.
O que nós chamamos de viagem com a alma no sonho, você não tem nenhum controle.
The physicality have no control. The emotion take over. What have you inside your emotion?
A fisicalidade não tem nenhum controle, é a emoção que toma conta, que assume. Então, tudo depende do que você tem dentro da sua emoção.
It dictates its own filter. It dictates its own journey with whom interact and how they interact and how they translate the interaction.
Ela dita, ela é o filtro, ela dita a interação, para onde você vai, com quem você vai interagir e como você vai interpretar essa interação.
But from what we know until now, from the knowledge seekers who went there, you are aware about where you are going and who is you are interacting with, and the feeling and the sensation and the smell and the sound, you know.
You mean
everything
inside,
you feel
inside
as
the
if
unit?
it's your physicality which is going.
You mean when you enter the unit?
Yes, when you go there.
Uhum. Ele está dizendo que mas o que nós temos ouvido falar dos buscadores, quando você entra na unidade de voo, é a sua fisicalidade que vai. Você sente o cheiro, você toca, você vê.
And as we listen today to Mr. Cash, he's every time, every day there is a new things adding to the units.
E como o Sr. Cash disse, a cada dia, a cada momento, novas coisas são adicionadas à unidade.
And from the next days, they will experiment to transfer the matter state.
No próximo dia, eles vão experimentar transferir o estado material.
It's amazing what's happening, you know, there. It's amazing. I cannot imagine what's happening there.
Uhum. Ele disse que é incrível o que está acontecendo lá, por mais que eu nem sequer possa imaginar realmente o que está acontecendo lá.
Because everyone enter this unit, he is adding a whole life, you know, whole experiment.
Uhum. Porque cada pessoa que está entrando na unidade, que entra na unidade, ela adiciona à unidade toda a experiência de vida dela, tudo que ela traz com ela.
What Hassan said right here? I just noticed.
Sorry?
Hassan, can you speak, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can speak. It's a funny dream which I made some years ago. My mom, which passed away 20 years ago, and we were in a big commercial center where they sell a lot of shops are there around, and there's somebody passing by. I did not notice it. I noticed who it was, and she knows I'm a football lover, and she told me, "Look, that's Neymar, the football player." And I was shocked. How can she know Neymar? He was not born when she passed away.
she's also a fan of him.
Yeah, she used to like handsome football player. Usually, when you watch football, it was so funny. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it's the beauty of awareness, really. It's you know, if you find one knowledge seeker who enlightened with this what happening, you know, it's feel like as if it's you.
Can you repeat, Jalal?
I'm saying when anyone of the knowledge seekers, you know, when he achieves something of awareness of enlightenment, it's as if you are in that position, you know, it put a smile on your face.
Yeah. O que o Jalal tá falando é que obrigado, quando alguém alcança alguma coisa na unidade, uma iluminação, um entendimento, uma melhoria, coloca um sorriso no seu rosto, é como se você estivesse alcançando aquilo.
Maybe we are wrong in a way. Maybe we are looking for, you know, a proof of that we are right in this technology. But I don't think any one of us need any proof, because we experiment with the knowledge, and we tested the knowledge, and we see the fields, and we see what's going on. And this is small things from this plasma, not the real one.
O Jalal está dizendo que talvez a gente esteja procurando provas de que essa tecnologia funciona, mas talvez nós já tenhamos nossas provas, já tenhamos nossas provas nas pequenas coisas que nós já vimos, e que é isso tudo que ainda estamos vendo é ainda muito, muito pequeno com relação ao que a tecnologia ainda vai mostrar para a gente, vai entregar para a humanidade.
You know, for me especially, I said last time I have testimonial with this child, you know, who smashed his fingers in between the door. You know, and until now, really, when I speak with my wife or the mother of the child, she cannot believe it. She cannot believe it, you know, because
she cannot believe what?
She cannot believe what happened.
What happened?
A boy, he put his fingers between
the door,
a closed door. The father closed the door in the fingers of this child. And when we came, you know, it was just happened before maybe 2-3 minutes. And I was telling them what's happened. They said he smashed his fingers in the door. And so quickly my wife said, wait, I have the spray with me, go and bring it. So just without
CO2
thinking, yeah CO2. And I went there and brought the sprayer, and I told him, just let me put something. No way, he do not let you even watch his finger, because he kept it to his stomach, and he's crying hell, you know. And I just said, just let me spray. It's the water. And he let me spray it. And I told the mother and father, don't cry. They are crying also. I said, just witness what happened. I swear, it didn't take, you know, 10 seconds, not more than 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and the child stopped crying. He just stopped crying. And Finished. There is no pain anymore.
Uhum.
They wash his finger and they clean it and they rub it with something because he wants something to protect the fingers, huh? And after maybe 10 minutes, he was playing with the children with his hand, with his finger, because there is no pain. It's what amazing this. And you know what we are doing? It's small things with the water, nothing. Not the real fields of plasma and the interactions of plasma. It's still in the meta state of the water.
Yeah, okay, I need to translate because people have no clue. O que Jalal está dizendo, pessoal, ele está contando de um caso, ele tinha acabado de chegar num lugar.
Let me look to the pictures. I have the pictures of them.
Ok. O que Jalal está dizendo é que ele tinha chegado num lugar, tinha acabado de chegar, e tinha um menininho que estava chorando muito porque ele tinha esmagado o dedo na porta. O pai dele fechou a porta em cima do dedinho dele, e ele estava chorando, desesperado, e os pais chorando junto, e o menino morrendo de dor. E a esposa do Jalal se lembrou que ela carregava consigo um borrifadorzinho de CO2. Aí ela deu pro menino, ela borrifou no dedo dele e a dor passou em 10 minutos. E o menino já estava correndo, brincando e pulando e brincando com a mão, usando a mão para brincar e já tinha se esquecido. E ele estava contando como foi, né, como a gente estava falando de provas, que a tecnologia funciona, ele contou essa história aí. E eu peço desculpa pelos barulhos, que eu acabei de chegar em casa. Preciso tomar uma água.
And you know what, guys? I'm nearly dreaming every day. I stopped dreaming for years, for 20 years, but now every day I made dreams. And last week I made in one night 7 dreams. 7 dreams. I was shocked.
You mean after the unit? You went to the unit?
No, not the unit. Since we start with the Mojan, with Jalal, when he told us if you want to remember our dream to sleep less.
Yeah.
I stopped eating for 11 days. I really went to a little soup. I'm on soup because friends are really shocked. They don't want me to die. They're afraid because I lose too much weight in 11 days. And since I reduced the physicality, like Jalal, he said, and Andreas, he used to tell us, do not stay in a routine. If you are always in the same routine, go out of your routine, the comfort zone. Like if you drink 10 coffee a day, go out of your routine. Do not wake up and go for a coffee, go for something else. And I changed my routine, and I discovered that my life is being more joyful now.
Yeah, for me the same. Because after Jalal shared that we just need to sleep 4 hours, I started to do like this. And it's like my day now has 30 hours and I have so much energy and I'm dreaming much better, you know. O que o Hassan está compartilhando, pessoal, é que depois
you
que
see, you see the fingers, guys?
Vocês estão vendo os dedos? Pessoal,
These two fingers in the beginning was blue, real blue.
Ele tá falando que esses 2 dedos, logo que aconteceu, estavam azuis, de tão machucado que tava.
This after 2 days, I took a picture of them because in the beginning I didn't thought to document. And this one also, the third one, that one. Yeah.
O que o Hassan estava compartilhando, pessoal, é que depois que o Jalal falou, né, informações que o Sr. Cash disse que a gente dorme em ciclos de 4 horas, não precisamos de 8 horas, que ele começou a fazer isso e ele está sonhando muito mais. Ele passou 20 anos sem sonhar e agora está sonhando de novo e ficou 11 dias sem comer e que a vida dele está sendo uma experiência muito legal, está tendo muito mais energia. Jalal, me and Hassan, we are sharing that how our life changed after you said to us that we just need to sleep 4 hours.
My life changed when I heard it from Mr. Cash.
Yeah, and when I met the Spanish girls, they did the same as you for me, and I could not sleep for 1 week like your experience, you know. The
It's
difference
amazing.
is the difference is that I knew it and you don't know, and you was scared about not sleeping.
Yeah, it took 3 weeks until I know.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have Vernie with us, so take the platform. If you have any questions, please ask, and let us welcome Vernie with us here.
Nice. Pessoal, o Vernie tá aí com a gente hoje. Vamos abusar do conhecimento dele, fazer perguntas. So first, I want to share with Vernie that I did the little wire on the negative of the battery of the car, and now I have a Formula One car.
You just implemented
Wow.
it?
Yeah, it's running like a
That's good,
F1.
that's good.
Yeah, you don't need to press the pedal so much. You just woo. it's
That's good, that's good. That's
it's a fast response, you know, and a little bit of less consumption of fuel, like 20% of economy, you know.
Yeah, it's expected that you have to adjust your driving style because it's much faster
Yeah,
this time. It gained performance, meaning it's just like you added some extra fuel you did not pay. So you
Yeah.
back out your foot. If it is a car, you back out your hand instead of if it is a motorcycle. So it is normal reaction since your driving style, you used to have this speed only. You have this cruising speed that you're used to, and the next time you do the same action on the accelerator, it will not do the same performance. It will be much faster, so you have to adjust.
Yeah,
Which results into fuel savings.
yeah, it's very amazing.
Anyone else done it, guys?
Yeah,
If you translate, please.
Yeah. Pessoal, eu tô compartilhando com o Vernie que eu fiz coloquei o fiozinho no negativo da bateria do carro. Meu carro virou um carro de Fórmula 1, cara. Ele tá muito rápido, é uma pisadinha que eu dou no acelerador e ele desenvolve uma velocidade. E o Vernie falou que é assim mesmo, que então agora você começa a ajustar o jeito como você dirige, porque tá mais rápido, então você começa a acelerar menos, o que dá uma economia de combustível razoável. Alguém mais fez o experimento no carro? Ah, pessoal, não acredito que ninguém.
And you know what, the guys? After a while, you will see no rust anymore in your car.
No what?
Rust.
No rust. It's good for me.
No, it will not rust.
I live very close to the sea. I think this is good for me. O que o Jalal falou é que a gente, você para de ver ferrugem no carro, para de enferrujar o carro depois que você faz isso. Ninguém, pessoal, colocou um fiozinho mínimo na bateria negativa do carro para ver uma coisa tão simples. Ninguém fez. I think there's no experiment. People do not experiment.
Yeah, this is one thing.
This is bad.
Nothing is bad, but they will never expand, you know, in the knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. Eu falei pro Jalal assim, as pessoas não experimentaram nada. Eu falei, isso é mal. Ele falou, não é que é mal, é que as pessoas não vão expandir o conhecimento delas. A Cláudia está com o microfone aberto, pessoal. Tem que cuidar do microfone aí, pessoal, por favor.
I have a question for Jalal, please.
Yes.
Jalal, for the replication unit, if we don't have a CuO, it's not a problem. I can replace it with another one because I have magnesium, I have CO2, I have zinc oxide, I have CH3. I think I have a little hemoglobin, but I'm short of CuO.
You have all of them, and you don't have CuO. So what?
Yeah, I have the CuO of the cup too, of the cup of man, but you
So
said
what?
that this one, I can use that one?
Of course you can use.
Yeah, okay, I'll go for it tomorrow, and I will come next week.
But don't forget amino acid, huh?
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll go for it this week.
The amino acid go together with the guns or go in another tube?
There is some amino acid in your guns. That is 100%.
Yeah.
But if you take it just amino acid alone, that will be perfect.
Yeah, but the question is, they put all amino acid together in one tube, or each amino acid with each guns?
As you like. There is no difference. It's a magnet.
Ok. Bom, o que o Hassan disse é que ele está sem o CuO, e se ele pode substituir, ele falou que ele tem o CuO do copo do homem, o Jalal falou que tudo bem. Não é para fazer naquela torre de replicação, copo de replicação.
Wait. Do you remember one time I shared with you the teaching of 118 knowledge seeker workshop, the last 35 minutes, about when Mr. Cash said, if you make a cup, normally must be nano-coated inside, and you put nano-coated copper outside and a zinc plate outside, and you put your healthy hand above it.
I remember.
And after that, you take out and you put the injured hand. This will increase the process,
the healthy,
of bringing the damaged hand back to normality.
So it's not the replication cup. It's
a replication. It's a replication.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a replication.
But you put the nano copper and the zinc outside the cup. Is it?
Well, what is the difference between this one and the replication cup? What is the difference? You put a magnet outside to create a field inside. This field, not, you do not see this field, and this field will bring the carbon field, and it will bring the
zinc,
what you call it, the package
carbon
of the amino acid also.
But Jalal, what if your
sorry.
other
I
pen
need to translate. I will forget everything. Just give me please 1 second. Pessoal, o que o Jalal está dizendo é o seguinte: lembra quando ele passou para a gente o ensinamento 118, no qual ele ensina a fazer um copo da replicação, mas é um copo onde o cobre nano e o zinco fica do lado de fora, e aí você coloca a sua mão saudável no copo, ele copia a informação da sua mão, depois você coloca a sua mão doente no copo e ajuda a melhorar, a processar essa mão que está com problema. Ele perguntou se vocês se lembram disso. Ok, go on.
You know, guys, really, your problem or the problem with all the knowledge seekers, that they do not do.
O problema com os buscadores é que eles nunca fazem nada.
I just wanted to add in, Jalal, what if the other hand is not in good shape? What can you use instead? Your foot? I'm joking, but
My dear, it's your emotion. It is your intent. It's what you are thinking. It's cover, you know, you are the creator of everything here.
okay. So you have to
Can I put the healthy hand of mine and put the injured hand of other people, other person?
No,
No?
no.
Bom, eu perguntei pro Jalal, eu posso colocar minha mão saudável e a mão doente de outra pessoa? Ele falou não.
Why? Just ask why.
Apenas se
What-
pergunte por quê.
When you replicate this kind of energy here, it is what your emotion carry.
Quando você replica esse tipo de energia aqui, tem a ver com o que a sua emoção carrega.
It is the soul of all the cells, which is you put it up. It's like the orange. This is the orange.
Tem a ver com a alma de todas as suas células que você colocou ali. É a mesma coisa que a laranja e o copo. Essa é a sua laranja.
But wait, you see, I am telling you why you are so much physical and you do not do. Just take this one out. And I think I shared this knowledge before with you guys. Put anything from before what you have. Clothes, do you have anything from your young, your before 10 years, 20 years, anything belong to you? Before this condition of what you say you are not healthy, you was healthy. Do you have anything from that time? It carry your amino acids, carry your energy. Put it up. What is the difference?
You mean any object?
Any object.
Bom, o que o Jalal está dizendo é, você pode pegar um objeto da época que você estava saudável, porque ele carrega o seu aminoácido. Você pode pegar qualquer objeto e colocar lá, porque ele carrega seu aminoácido.
Sorry, Jalal, what if it has been washed away? So amino acids still stick there? Sorry,
No,
I've got to speak to you very quickly.
Nothing washed away. Nothing washed away.
God bless you. And then this plate from they're outside the box, are they connected with the wire?
Yes, you connect them. Of course, you connect them.
Just the same usual manner.
Yeah.
God bless.
But is your emotion in that time will be good for you in this time? Maybe it will change everything. But this is the reality. This is what Mr. Cash is telling us all the time. He said, bring me a skull of a dead man for thousands of years, and I bring it to life again. Why?
É isso que o Sr. Cash está tentando nos ensinar. Ele diz assim, me traga uma caveira de um homem que morreu há 1000 anos atrás, que eu vou trazer ele de volta à vida de novo. E por que você acha que ele pode fazer isso?
Everything you enter your body is part of your energy. Everything in touch with your aura is part of your energy, and you are part of his energy.
Tudo que entra no seu corpo ou na sua aura faz parte da sua energia e você faz parte da energia dele.
Anyone enter this lens spaceship, he will leave part of his energy, part of his knowledge, part of his past.
Todo mundo que entrar nessa unidade em Lins vai deixar parte da sua energia, parte do seu histórico, da sua vida, da sua alma.
The problem with the knowledge seekers, they do not go further. They do not experiment. Last week, Vernie told you something very small to do. Only one from 70 knowledge seekers. Only one he done.
E o problema com os buscadores é que eles nunca fazem nada, eles não avançam. Aqui estamos em 17 pessoas e apenas uma pessoa fez o que o Vernie ensinou, que era algo tão simples.
Is it too much to take one wire and you put it to the negative of your car?
Será que é pedir muito você pegar um fiozinho pequenininho, passar no isqueiro e ligar na bateria negativa do seu carro?
I put it to the positive of the car. My car went crazy. Do not start. I just turn it to the negative and at once, in 1 second. No more. Everything is in order.
Jalal disse que colocou, por engano, na bateria positiva do carro e o carro ficou doido, não pegava a ignição nem ferrando. Depois ele pôs na negativa e ele voltou ao normal.
Experiment.
Vocês têm que
Why not?
experimentar.
I put 2 wires. Why not? I put 2 different kind of wires. I put 2 different kind of wires with ganses. What will happen? What is the difference between a Magrav of a car with everything in it and a coil, a wire? There is no difference. Really, there is no difference. One part of 1 millimeter and 10 meter is no different. Why it must be always big thing? Small things make better.
Ele está dizendo assim, qual a diferença em um pedaço de fio não revestido e uma grave? Não tem diferença. E se você parar para pensar no plasma, quanto menor, mais funciona.
And if you really listen last week to Vernie, he said 1 drop. He didn't do any 1 drop in 1 liter. It's worth more than 1 liter of plasma.
Ele falou que o Vernie disse na última semana que uma gota de GANS em 1 litro de água funciona melhor do que 1 litro de água plasmada.
But anyone of you ask why?
Mas alguém se perguntou por quê?
Why 1 drop is working 100 times better than 10 drops or 1,000 drops or 1,000,000 drops? Why 1 drop is working better?
Por que que uma gota funciona melhor do que 100 gotas ou 1000 gotas?
Anyone have any clue from all this teaching of Mr. Cash?
Se dice, es una, porque, I'm sorry, thank you. Porque es que se me olvida la palabra, pero tiene el rango de, se aumenta el rango de, porque la energía es mucho más fuerte. Ahí lleva el alma, se recogió el alma y entonces tiene la energía es mucho más fuerte. Eso tiene el rango de, I'm sorry, se me olvidan los términos, pero es por eso, porque lo que se hace y que contiene el GANS tiene el rango de, bueno, se me olvida, es mucho más alto porque tiene la esencia del GANS, el alma del GANS. El alma
She
de
said that she said that because the energy is much stronger, is much higher when you have a small.
But why? Why? When
se lleva
el
alma de los componentes.
Because you have the soul of the component.
This is Marie. I think it's because there are more space for movement.
A Marie disse que é porque você tem mais espaço para movimento.
Both of you are right, but it's not enough. To cover, let's say 1 liter of water by this drop need to, chop itself for a million of pieces to cover this 1 liter. Do you remember what is the stronger of this hot chili? One hot chili,
Yeah, I remember.
or you slide it?
Yeah. O que o Jalal disse é que para uma gota de água cobrir todo esse 1 litro, ela tem que se quebrar em milhares de pedaços. É a mesma coisa do exemplo da pimenta. O que é mais picante, uma pimenta inteira ou ela cortada em milhares de pedacinhos?
And if you have a sea of water and you have 1 drop of the sea of water, it covers the whole seawater. All the energy of the seawater is in 1 drop.
Toda a energia de todo aquele mar enorme de água está contida em uma gota desse mesmo mar.
But the habit of the man, always, which is bigger, it is better.
Mas o hábito do homem diz que quanto maior, melhor.
It's amazing, the last teaching of Vernie. It was, really, if you understand it, but you don't have time to do, you have time to learn only. But if you don't do, you will not learn, you will not add really to yourself, because a lot of information is coming all the time. Today we was discussing this thing. Dr. Katwa said why the people, they do not do, because every week we have a new things coming from Mr. Cash every week. So I said, okay, why I should do this week, and next week it will be better. So I waited for better, but we find ourselves after 430 or 40 knowledge seeker workshops, we missed a lot.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for the blueprint.
Yeah, for the blueprint. Next week is coming. Next week is better. Next week is better.
Yeah. O Jalal disse que tá todo mundo esperando pelo blueprint, ninguém faz nada porque eles pensam assim, semana que vem vai sair uma coisa melhor, então vamos esperar, e aí no final ninguém acaba fazendo nada nunca. E aí, pessoal, vocês não avançam no conhecimento porque vocês não põem em prática e não vão descobrindo, não vão fazendo experiência, e vocês têm que ter tempo para isso, não apenas estudar, mas colocar em prática. Afinal, de que vale o estudo se você não pôr na prática, entendeu?
Okay. Any question?
Alguma pergunta, pessoal?
Ask Vernie. Vernie is here. Don't miss that. You have enough with me. Ask Vernie.
Não se esqueçam que o Vernie está aqui. Perguntem para ele também.
He took a lot of effort to be here, guys. This early in the morning.
Yes. Ele faz um esforço tremendo para estar aqui com a gente, porque é realmente muito cedo lá. Se alguém puder dar uma checada no YouTube lá, Cristiano ou alguém aí da língua portuguesa, ver se tem pergunta, por favor.
What you are missing in your experiment? What you need in your experiments to elevate your experiment? Whatever you are doing.
O que vocês estão precisando no experimento de vocês? O que vocês querem entender melhor para os seus experimentos? O que está faltando? I think we have a question on the chat. Vernie shared on the chat the application of the nano-coated copper on the negative of the battery of the car or motorcycle can also be applied to smaller engines or bigger engines used in agriculture. Just connect to the metal part of the engine block. Improving the performance of combustion engine also means producing lesser pollution. Então, o Vernie compartilhou aqui no bate-papo. Aplicação do cobre não revestido no negativo da bateria do carro também funciona em motores menores, né? E também pode ser usado em moto. ou então motores maiores usados na agricultura. Basta conectar na parte metálica do bloco do motor. Melhora o desempenho de um motor e também significa que vai produzir menos poluição.
You know this, what Bernie is saying. Just don't make one. Make 10, make 20, and put one to your car and give to the others. Just tell them, try, put it to the negative.
O que o Jalal está falando é para a gente fazer isso 10 vezes e ensinar nossos vizinhos, dar para eles um fiozinho, falar, coloca no negativo do seu carro e vamos ver o que acontece. Vernie, do you have any tip for a house? Now I did it in my car. Do you have any tip for simple stuffs for consumption of less electricity in the house? Eu perguntei para o Vernie se ele tem uma dica para fazer em casa, para substituir o Magrav com algo mais simples.
Before using any plasma device in a house, for one to save energy, we have to change our habit.
Então ele disse que antes de conectar qualquer dispositivo de plasma em casa, primeiro você tem que mudar o seu hábito.
I've tried this at home. When we change our habit, like no one in the kitchen, no one in the bedroom, everybody is in the living room, so we turn off the light in those rooms where there is no one.
Então eu primeiro lá em casa a gente combinou, se não tem ninguém na cozinha ou no banheiro, vamos deixar as luzes apagadas. Se está todo mundo na sala, vamos acender só a luz da sala.
No one is using the electric fan, you turn it off.
Se ninguém está usando o ventilador, devemos desligá-lo.
It is still we still have light outside and it can get inside in the living room. No need to turn on the light. You see.
Então se tem luz lá fora do sol, então não precisa ligar a luz dentro de casa.
We can make use of our windows, doors. This will save us a lot of electricity. By changing our habit, this will save us a lot of electricity. This is one thing.
Então, o primeiro passo é mudar os hábitos para economizar energia.
You see, if you pay 1,000 for electricity, by doing this habit, you will only pay around maybe 900, 700, 800. You see, there is savings by doing that.
Só ao fazer isso, você já vai cair de 1.000 para 800, 700 por mês.
Now, when you use this nano-coated copper, this requires some knowledge with the electricity, or you need an electrician if you're not confident to add something on the house wiring.
Então, para fazer alguma coisa em casa, você tem que ter um conhecimento de elétrica, ou então pedir ajuda para algum eletricista se você não tiver confiança.
But before changing the house wiring, if you have electric fan, for example, or motors, of course, you use a plug. You plug this device to an outlet and it will run.
Então, se você tem, por exemplo, um ventilador elétrico, você liga ele na tomada e ele vai funcionar.
One way to improve this, the performance of these motors is you wrap the wire going to the appliance, meaning from the plug, not touching the conductor, just if this is your plug, you have this plug and this is your appliance. Wrap this with aluminum foil or aluminum tape, then wrap it with the electrical tape. That's it.
Just put aluminum foil into the wire, around the wire.
Yeah, it will help conserve energy. It will help reduce noise from the environment. And these motors, if this is a motor, this is electric motor, like on an for an electric fan, for air conditioning, you will by design, you can hear the motor running. By using this method, it will be less noisy, less sound, meaning it will run smooth.
Uhum. Ele está dizendo que se você pegar papel alumínio e colocar ao redor, por exemplo, de um fio de um ar-condicionado, ele vai diminuir o ruído, então isso significa que o motor vai rodar mais fluido, mais liso e vai economizar um pouco de energia.
Because we do not allow disturbance on our input signal going to the motor. By using a shielding material like aluminum foil or aluminum tape, it will reduce that noise or tone it down, that the motor is no longer receiving a noisy input, but a cleaner input. Therefore, the motor will run efficiently.
Can you repeat? We had some noise here. So I think I understand. By using the aluminum foil, it's like that you have less disturbance, like electric disturbance.
Yes.
Like magnetic disturbance.
Yes.
Então, como você põe o alumínio, você tem menos perturbação magnética ou elétrica nos cabos, então vai fazer com que ele tenha mais eficiência.
Yeah, I think this is easy to do and doesn't require an electrician to do. So everybody can do this way. We are not yet applying nano-coated copper at this time.
É algo simples, qualquer um pode fazer e não está nem usando nada nano ainda.
But this will also save you some energy. It will make your energy consumption more efficient, meaning you save energy. Because when you do this, let's say you have an air conditioning unit, it will run better, and you have to turn it down to a lower level setting.
Lower
because
speed.
it will run much colder. Because it is now
the
more
same your
efficient.
bike, huh? The same your bike.
Yeah. So that the effect of doing so, you will save electricity.
Ele disse que ao você fazer isso no ar-condicionado, vai forçar menos o motor dele e vai economizar energia.
Now,
But what about the simple nano stuffs that we can do in the house? It's very complicated, it's very dangerous for beginners, no electricity background.
Yeah, one have to be familiar with the wires, the electricity, whereas one have to know how to turn off the main breaker or the main breaker before working inside the house, the electrical system, because we
know.
Yeah, that's the basic.
That's the basic. Yeah.
That's the basic requirement. Okay,
Yeah,
you can add nano-coated copper wire, or you can insert it as part of the line. If you have a stranded, you see on a breaker, you have this. Let's say, for example, this is one circuit breaker, another circuit breaker, another circuit breaker. This is where you get your goes to the house. Let's say this is one set of wire goes to let's say this go to the kitchen. This goes to the living room. This goes to another room, for example. So you see, there is a hot wire there. If this is the hot wire, and this is the neutral, you put nano-coated copper. You have this. If I draw this, if I enlarge this part, let's say, so that is your breaker. You have this division here, and you have the wire here. You have this compartment here where you there is a screw that will hold this wire. You can add nano-coated copper in there. Just add. Or if you can,
a little piece of nano copper.
yeah, just start doing that. It will, because usually this is copper wire. This part is the insulation, and this one is no insulation and is connected inside. Just include a nano-coated copper right there, because this is the easy way of introducing nano-coated copper without cutting the wire, adding full length like this, and you connect it something. It's much more difficult. Do the easy way of doing it by introducing maybe a small just insert part of the whole being clump in there, just part of the, just add, and it will plasma will start flowing. So eventually over time, plasma will also be part of, if this is a stranded wire, it will have nano materials over time.
Can I nano coat a wire without removing the plastic layer?
Yes, you can do that.
And then I can nano coat lots of wire and put all over my house and replace the regular wire for nano coated plastic wire.
Understand what Vernie said first. It's the same thing when you add this small wire to your battery car, the Minos. It's the same method. He just told you insert one small wire inside without opening anything. Just insert one small nano-coated wire to this screw.
Yeah.
And any screw you can without opening any wires, without taking out any wires. Just be sure that there is no hot wire to connect with.
Just make sure
ahead,
that it will not fall. So you loosen this screw. If this is a screw, you loosen it and you insert, then you close it back, so it will not fall. It will not fall, the small wire. The idea is, yeah.
Okay. Now my question is, do this little wire will conduct energy? My question is, the nano wire conduct electricity? If I touch him, I will get shocked?
If it is nano coated, you will not get shocked if you touch only the nano wire. If you touch the naked wire that is not nano coated, you will get shocked if the circuit is live. So don't do that. So you do this while the breaker is off.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
So,
can I put the nano in every single one, or just on the neutral or the dead line, or
you can put it on, if there is a main breaker. So this is you have a main breaker here, because this is your input here, your input. So just you can put one on the main breaker. But the idea is, why I specifically tell you to put it somewhere here instead on the main breaker, because from here it's a long wire going to, you have your outlet for the appliance, for it goes to, let's say this goes to your light. So this is your light. So it is ensured that what comes next from this breaker is a piece of wire going to the load, and this will also goes to the load, to another load. Where adding it to the main breaker, you have this transition of the breaker, different metals. So yes, you have pieces of copper there, but you have different metals also. It takes a longer for one to, or for the process to, because there are different filters along the way. But in here, this is the matter part. We transform everything going to the load by using a simple nano-coated copper. They were much efficient by doing this. If you are in a hurry, everybody is in a hurry, so we do this way.
Okay, I need to translate. Pessoal, uma coisa bem simples, então. Primeira coisa é saber o básico de eletricidade, né? Ninguém vai meter a mãozona lá sem desligar o disjuntor, sem parar de correr energia nele. Você vai desparafusar a entrada principal para onde vai a energia para toda a sua casa. Você vai desligar e lá na parte principal do seu disjuntor você vai afrouxar o parafuso e conectar um pedacinho de fio nano revestido. Só um pedacinho, junto desse parafuso. E ele falou que o fio nano não conduz eletricidade. Então você vai deixar lá e depois vai ligar. E só esse pedacinho de fio já vai fazer toda a diferença. Mas entenda que dali é que vai ser alimentado toda a sua casa. Então é bem no início ali. Só que assim, vocês têm que saber o básico de eletricidade para não se matar, né? Para não meter a mãozona lá e tomar um choque. Então tem que ter uma confiança básica, tem que saber o que está fazendo. E ele disse que só esse algo simples já vai dar uma diferença. Ok.
So that's the simplest way of doing it. It's not even a coil. It's just a piece of wire inserted in there. Make sure you secure it as part of what is being clamped by the screw on the breaker. That's the best way of doing it. So
it will be around the clamp.
Yes, or you can use a ring. You form, instead of a straight wire, form the wire into a ring and make it part of what is being holded by you see. You have this insulation and you have this usually stranded wire. And this stranded wire goes around this screw. Then you put it as a ring. You make a ring and
around the screw.
Yeah, and that ring is nano coated, and that's much even better. Don't worry if you crush some of the nano. That's okay.
Nano coat on fire is better for this situation or caustic fire?
Yeah, fire.
Ok. Bom, ele disse assim, ok, ele falou que o melhor método é no fogo para nano revestir. Faça um anel e coloque em volta do parafuso que vai alimentar toda a rede da sua casa. É só isso.
So that's an easy way of doing it.
Let me add one thing for Vernie.
Okay.
And more better even than this one, if you use the plasmatic nano coated wire, you know, the Coca-Cola bottle nano coated method.
I think we don't know so much about it. If you can explain a little bit. Bom, o Jalal falou que o melhor método é o método plasmático de nanorevestimento. Eu pedi para ele falar um pouco sobre. You just live inside the Coca bottle?
Sorry?
You just live inside the Coca-Cola bottle, the wire, with caustic?
No. If you don't know about the method of the Coca-Cola bottle of Mr. Cash, no, this is different thing.
Can you explain?
Vernie, you would like to explain this method? By the way, the 90th knowledge seeker workshop, just write it in the chat, the 90th knowledge seeker workshop. Vernie showing there in that workshop how you wind your coils and how you nano coat it with fire and how you layering the plasma to the coil, but because this is regarding the Magrav, and part of what he's teaching you is there. You can see it also. You can review it.
Ele está dizendo que é explicado no workshop número 90, como fazer esse método de revestimento plasmático, nanorevestimento plasmático. Da Coca-Cola, garrafa de Coca-Cola.
If you already have these ganses, and you can make, let's say, you have this, for example, copper oxide, and you have this H3. You put it in a bottle and you have some water in it, so you have liquid plasma of these ganses. So individual bottle, maybe a small bottle, let's say you have a container and another container. You have liquid plasma, you have nano-coated copper, liquid plasma, nano-coated copper. Then this is your wire. This has a cover. So let's say this is H3 powder below, and you have water, just water above, and you have copper oxide. If you connect a wire from here, an ordinary wire with insulation, only the tip insulation is removed, meaning the wire is insulated. It's a very long wire. You can just loop it that it will not occupy a large of space. You connect it on the nano. 3 to 4 days time, it will get nano coated. It's one way to nano coat using the energy of flowing from a higher strength to a lower strength. 3 to 4 days time, I have that.
This is the plasmatic method.
Yeah, because energy will flow.
Yeah.
Without any battery.
I can leave the wire with the skin of plastic, no problem.
Yeah, only this part is here is removed. You remove the insulation that they will be connected here. Will be connected there. And
okay,
it will flow. It will flow. I have done that before, and I've seen nano coating happening 3 to 4 days time, meaning you can see it visually.
And how many days?
3 or 4 days. Do you already, if this is a stranded wire, let's say you look the cross section and you have several strands like that. Nano coating will start in the middle, moving outwards. Meaning the first copper wire in the middle will be fully nano coated, the second partially, then on the outer you cannot see visual after several days. But the idea is it will grow from within going out.
But Vernie, my question is, what happened if I replace the wire of my electricity with this nano coated wire? What happened?
It's okay. You can do that also.
I will
it's much more
my...
efficient wire. Yeah, much more efficient. When you have these nanomaterials on the wire, it can start absorbing energy from the environment. Other than that, if your piece of nano-coated copper, the nano on the surface, have these energy fields, it is producing, the interaction of these fields is energy. So it will add energy going to the load. We've tested this, that if we let's say you have a battery, this is a battery, for example. You have a battery. Then you connect your wire and load. Let's say this is the plus, minus, and you have a load here.
Vernie, please allow me to clean the board to understand better, because it's too many concepts in the same place. You know.
Let's. Vernie, do you allow me to translate? I think I will forget everything.
Okay.
Okay. But don't forget about the battery, ok?
Ok.
Então, pessoal, eu só pedi para ele dar um tempinho para me traduzir, senão eu vou esquecer. É o seguinte, o método de revestimento plasmático é como ele ensinou aqui. Eu vou fazer com a cor verde para vocês verem o que eu estou falando. Verde não, vermelho. Aqui, ó. Esse aqui. Esse é o método de revestimento plasmático. Você coloca CuO aqui, CH3 aqui, nessa garrafinha, né? Essa aqui é uma garrafinha, aqui é outra garrafinha. E o método, e aqui tem o fio nano no meio, e aqui é o fio que você quer nano revestir, esse aqui que eu risquei agora. Então, qual é o lance? Devido à energia vai fluir do mais forte para o mais fraco, esse fio aqui do meio vai ficar nano revestido, não importa que ele tenha a capinha de plástico dele. Então, se ele é muito grande, você pode enrolar ele aqui, ó, e continuar para cá. Então, esse é o método de revestimento plasmático que ele estava dizendo. Então, é simples. Não é nenhum bicho de 7 cabeças, todo mundo pode fazer. Okay, now, I'm just trying to erase my drawing. Can we clean everything?
Yes, please.
Can you clean, please, Dan? Okay, Vernie, continue, please.
From in another class, from our testing, we've seen like we put a nano, we isolate the load from, let's say this is a wire, this is your load. Let's say if this is your block of load, maybe you put some, let's say this is your socket, you put an electric fan here. So you have an electric fan, you have an LED, so LED lamp. The idea is this is your load, and this is your nano coated copper, and this, what comes after is an ordinary copper. So it's just like you isolate this wire from we isolate the battery from connected directly to the load. Let's say you just intentionally you put both as nano coated. So normally you connect the wire directly here. If this is a 12 volts set battery, this is a 12 volts battery. So this is a 12 volts load. Normally you connect directly and it will run the load. The fan will turn, the light will light up. But when you add, and of course, what is the rating if this is, let's say 12 watts, for example. So 12 volts battery, meaning you have 1 ampere consumption if this is 12 volts. And another, here you have example, just a 12 watts, 12 watts again, another 12 watts, what do you call this, LED. Then it is assumed you have 1 ampere current going here. So this will consume 2 amperes both together, meaning you're consuming 24 watts from this load. So the battery will supply 24 watts, and it will, the battery voltage will go down, 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 down. You can see that it will run as normal that way. The voltage will go down and down up to a point that this will run slowly. Okay, when you put nano before, the battery will drain slower, way slower than the usual. That's the difference.
Uhum. O que ele está dizendo é o seguinte, pessoal, se você tem uma bateria de 12 volts, você liga o ventilador ali de 12 volts, o que daria mais ou menos 1 ampere, e ali uma lâmpada de 12 watts, que daria mais 1 ampere. O que ele quer dizer é que essa bateria que tá alimentando tudo isso, ao pouco ela ia ser drenada, mas quando você coloca o fiozinho nano revestido, vou desenhar aqui para vocês verem, aqui, ó, aqui onde eu estou marcando, e outro fiozinho nano revestido aqui, acho que vocês conseguem ver, né? Minha marcação. Conseguem ver?
Of course, the load requirement will not change. The required energy by the load is just the same. But when the battery drains lower, meaning it's no longer the same as before, as it will drain much faster, there must be some energy added to the system. And that energy is from the fields of the nano. So we gain something. Even if it is small, as long as we gain something, it's still a gain. So we gain from a simple material. And if you multiply this 100 times, meaning you also have that much gain.
So, o que ele quer dizer é que quando você... Ninguém me respondeu, pessoal, é interação zero. Eu perguntei se aqui estava dando para ver. Mas, né, digamos que vocês estão vendo, que eu estou desenhando aqui, que eu estou marcando. Ele quer dizer que a bateria vai cair bem mais lentamente, vai ser drenada bem mais lentamente do que se não tivesse o fiozinho nano, porque de alguma maneira aquele fiozinho nano está alimentando, está trazendo energia para essa bateria.
I have another setup here where I have a charger. Let's say I have a charger that will charge a big battery, 48 volts set up, and this charger is set to only give 5 amperes.
Ele está falando de uma bateria que ele tem lá de 48 volts, que está preparada para dar 5 amperes.
Meaning it will only give 5 amperes to this, 5 amperes at a time. So I have a cable here, and I have a connector, and I have another cable, and there is a bolt here. What I did is I measure. You see, it is measured. It is 5 amperes. You see the current. If you have a climeter here, it will read from the charger. It will read 5 amperes. I put a ring, nano coated, there. If this is the eye connector, so I put a copper ring nano coated by fire, and there's another eye connector that goes to the battery, and this is with a bolt that they will connect together in this area, in that part. Then I can see 6 amperes going.
Ele quer dizer assim, pessoal. Ele quer dizer que esse aqui, ó, está programado para dar 5 amperes para esse outro aqui. E eles estão conectados por aqui, ó. E aqui ele coloca um anel de cobre nano revestido, e aí quando ele mede, ele vê que está indo 6 amperes e não 5. Ok, Bernie.
This battery can receive 50 amperes in one go. But the charger is limited to only give 5. So it will take the whole 5. But with the nano, I see 6 amperes going in. Because this battery can easily demand 50 amperes. By setting, there is a battery management system there set to limit only maximum of 50. Meaning if you provide 50 amperes, it will take it. No problem. You provide 10 amperes, it will take it. But this charger can only provide 5. But what I've seen after adding the nano, I have 6. Where this 1 ampere additional current came from? It's not from here. it only appears after I put this. And that's my setup, meaning I gain something. So if this is 6 amperes, you have, meaning if I gain 1 ampere, let's say times 48 volts, because it is a 48 volt setup, I have 48 watts gain. That's a lot of energy.
Ele quis dizer assim, que se ele ganhou 1 ampere a mais numa configuração de 48 volts, então significa que ele ganhou 48 watts a mais. Isso é muita coisa.
So this is an example of using a small material and you gain something. So very easy to implement. You can, it's the same reason when you put this on a car, on a motorcycle, an engine, you have that experience of it runs much better. On the electrical system, it will have an extra energy input that the system can use, or your load can make use of that extra. It's not that big, but it's there. The idea is there. So these are very simple, very small, very easy to do. One can start implementing this right away. The nano-coated copper is done by nano-coating it by using a torch, butane torch, or it can be done by LPG stove. It can be done easily because it's small. The copper ring here is only a number 14 gauge wire from my leftover wires. I simply cut a small piece, turn it into, wrap it around a screwdriver, and it becomes a ring, and nano coat it and place it there on as part of the connection.
Mm-hmm.
So just do it and observe.
Ele está dizendo que são coisas simples de fazer, que dão resultados pequenos, mas coisas para a gente começar a experimentar e ir melhorando e incrementando para a gente ir melhorando no nosso conhecimento, na nossa tecnologia.
The good thing is it's easy to do, it is safe, it's not interfering with the whole system operation, so you cannot go wrong with this by doing this. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you have questions, just raise them.
Yeah, we have a question on the chat, but it's another topic. Do you want to answer?
Yeah.
The question is, I'm attached to the physicality, very strongly attached to the physicality, and this attachment don't let me to understand. With your experience, can you give me any tip and how can I use my cups?
Using the nano, using the gas,
sorry,
plasma.
I need to translate the question, sorry. Temos a pergunta aqui, pessoal, no bate-papo da Sandra. A pergunta é, meu apego à fisicalidade é muito forte, e isso me impede nos entendimentos. Com sua experiência, qual dica pode me dar? Como devo usar meus copos? Ok, Vernie.
Yeah, it's very simple. If you use the nano, the cups, the liquid plasma, any of these energy sources devices, it's the same thing.
Você usa o nano, você usa os GANs, os emplastros, tudo isso são fontes de energia.
It's the same thing. You have to agree that you have to. It's just like you're taking regular food. You take it because you know it's good. You take it because it's delicious. It's your favorite. It's something like that. And over time, you've been doing it and you're okay. And now we have this energy. The only difference is you cannot see this energy, but you can feel it. You can see the effect. So I think that's where people have the difficulty to accept it.
Uhum. Ele está dizendo que quando você come alguma coisa que você gosta muito, É algo natural. E com essa tecnologia, você não consegue aceitar porque você não consegue ver. Mas quando você começa a fazer os experimentos e a perceber os resultados, por mais que você não veja nada físico, você vai começar a perceber os resultados.
So one must start using a device. There has to be an open mind when you have this any device, a plasma device. The moment you start making it, it means you already said yes. If you still have some doubts along the way, don't worry. Just do what needs to be done and finish it, and just make use of it, and welcome it. Even if you have some doubts, just listen to the effects. But because by listening, it's just like you already erase your doubt, meaning you already welcome it because you want to observe. You have to you want to welcome and see the effect. Even if you say, oh, I'll just experiment, I'll just see what it can do. Even by just doing that, you're already open. So you will start having the benefits of this energy. Your body will adjust automatically. You don't need to worry. Your body knows how to take the energy and use it accordingly, according to the design of your body, according to what is the current need, what elements is lack of energy in the body. It's as simple as that. You don't need to think all the details the body is doing. Just make use of the technology.
Ele está dizendo que você tem que simplesmente começar a usar a tecnologia, que seu corpo sabe o que ele precisa e ele vai saber o que ele está em falta para ele pegar da tecnologia do plasma. Então você não precisa tornar complicado, querer entender tudo, apenas vai fazendo e vai sentindo os resultados, que seu corpo vai começar a sentir os resultados, né, de estar se alimentando do que ele precisa do plasma.
It is by implementing the suggested application where you can see confirmation of the results, and it will give you confidence that, yeah, the technology is correct. It works. It works. It doesn't matter if you only see a small effect. The point is, it is there because you're starting.
Ele está dizendo que quando você começa a fazer isso, você começa a ver os resultados. E por mais que sejam pequenos, é o resultado, ele está lá e você começa a criar confiança na tecnologia ao fazer e ver os resultados.
Okay. Did I answer your question? Is it clear now?
Foi respondida a sua pergunta, Sandra?
We are all at some point in a transition, and adjusting to something new it's okay. We sometimes hesitate. It's normal for everyone when there is change, where change in your comfort zone, some hesitation can happen. But
I think she wants to add something. Quer falar? Sandra,
okay.
Fica à vontade.
Respondeu sim. Muito obrigada, agradece ele.
She said, thank you very much. You answered my question.
You're welcome.
Alguém, pessoal? O Ingo estava com o microfone aberto aí, não sei se ele quer perguntar. Fiquem à vontade. Guys, feel free to open your mic and make your question.
There is, I think there is a question on the chat about the 144 turns, 72 turns.
Let me check here. Bom, temos uma pergunta aqui do Paulo. Paulo, você quer fazer a sua pergunta em português? Paulo, não entendi sua pergunta. Okay, maybe I understand. It's that a mother of a knowledge seeker said that she had a paint pen and she had a dream. The dream was telling the knowledge seeker to make a pen with 144 turns / 72 turns. Then he made one Magrav with those turns and measured with radiestesia. I don't know how to call it in English. And his range was infinitely greater. Can you explain why? Why the range of 144 and 72 turns is bigger? Ok, a pergunta é: uma buscadora novata sonhou com 144/72 voltas. Só que na caneta da dor que a mãe apresentou não eram essas voltas. Perguntou o que faria com o sonho. A mãe fala com o buscador modesto que ele faz uma grave. Ele fez uma grave com essas voltas, mediu com a radiestesia e seu alcance foi infinitamente maior. Poderia explicar por quê? So the question is why the fields of the Magrav made with 144 and 72 turns is bigger and larger. Dan, if you can put your smartphone
You want to
on.
answer this, Vernie, or
Thank you.
Oh, what happened to the screen?
Yeah, he was.
Anyway, no worry.
He's
So-
playing all the time, no problem.
Okay. It referred to an instrument measuring I think it measures the radioactivity much greater. You see, there is a difference when you have, let's say, 81 turns. First, I'll have to answer why these numbers, why we use these numbers. Let's say 144 top and 81, 144, 72. Why?
Yeah. Então, primeiro ele vai responder por que que usa esses números aí.
Because you have this, they sum up all 9. The say 1 + 4 + 4 is 9, 8 + 1 is 9. But why 9? Where did we get this number? Anyone have the idea?
Todos eles têm a soma, eles somam 9 no total. Mas por que 9? Alguém tem uma ideia?
When Mr. Cash told me to make these coils, he doesn't have this number. What number? What's that number of turns for this? Just make a smaller coil and a bigger coil. And how many turns? It's up to you. Just make them that they will be closer, but you have some space. So I decided for the number. And where did I get this number?
Ele está dizendo que no início eles faziam só um menor que o outro, um maior que o outro. Ah, mas quantas voltas? Então, ele decidiu fazer com 144 e 81.
Prior to working with the Cash Foundation, before 2015, I was already researching with the energy-related devices, or I've been doing some research to improve or to make energy efficiently or to use energy efficiently.
Ele disse que antes de pesquisar a tecnologia cash, ele pesquisava em como fazer a energia mais eficiente, usar a energia mais eficientemente.
I've listened to a lot of teachings from other teachers, and there is one teacher who said that 9 in the physicality is the peak. In terms of performance in the physicality, it's the number that represents the peak performance.
Ele estava ouvindo um outro professor nessa época e ele dizia que o 9 na fisicalidade representa o ápice, o pico de performance.
So, and in the field of vortex mathematics, It is also described as where you have this highest energy.
E na matemática do vórtice também é descrito que é nesse número que você tem maior energia.
From personal experience, I was also before working with Mr. Cash, I also make a lot of coils, coils like that goes like this.
E antes de trabalhar com o Sr. Cash, eu fazia muitas bobinas que eram mais ou menos assim.
And you have the two different winding, and where we put the input or the one end of the wire all the way through the center of the coil, all the way to the last the other end, and the other end of the wire goes through the center. I've been using this without nano coating, and it can also provide energy. And the winding count there, we were able to see indeed the teaching about 9 is correct, because when we always have a total of 9 or just a minimum of 9 turns, or we have 18 turns, performance is very good compared to other numbers.
Ele fazia essas bobinas que eram uma encaixada dentro da outra, e ele sempre aprendeu que a performance era muito maior quando você fazia 9 voltas ou múltiplos de 9.
So it is not by chance we use this number. It is there is already an established knowledge before implementing this on the Magrav, and the reason we choose 81 instead of 72, because the instruction was to put them, you have a space between them like this space here, but closer.
E a razão do porquê escolher 81 e não 72 é porque esse espaço entre as bobinas ali fica mais próximo, fica um espaço menor ali onde ele pintou de preto.
So you, that's the different distance, the one you're describing. What I'm describing, if this is a coil, and this is another coil, this is the gravitational of the Magrav in the middle. You see, you have a connection here and you have a connection there. So that's the Magrav. The distance between the inner coil, this is the inner coil, and the outer coil, this distance, not the coil that is a coil within a coil, but you lay down the Magrav as flat. So you have the stacker. So this is one piece that I am talking about. This is one, and this is also the same as this, that. So you're looking at the top. This is that distance I am talking about. So Mr. Cash instructed to be, they have to be a gap, and from that gap, this is where the interaction can happen also. We choose this, that they have a closer distance, but it is not specific that it should be like this. It's not specific that it should be like this. We just allow some distance in between. So tuning must be done. In fact, I think this is before 144, there is 160, I think there is 162, if I remember correctly, much bigger coil. But when I move it down to 144, I have a much better performance at that, and lesser amount of material.
Ele disse que antes ele usava 162 voltas, mas depois ele mudou para 144, teve uma performance muito melhor e usando muito menos material.
And during that time, we did not move this to 72. We only moved the 162 to 144. But since we are already contented with the performance that we observed, how we tested it, we only used the wattmeter. How fast it can stop. Let's say a wattmeter, you have wattmeter, and you have the Magrav, and you have the load. Your wattmeter that have a wheel that turns this way. So the wattmeter that the GE brand, where you have a turning wheel that moves from this point to that point, so it keeps on turning. The more load you add, the faster it will turn. We tested the coils, this and this, how fast it can stop the meter. That's our way of testing that by the time. So using this, it stops much faster than using this. So we move into this, and in fact, Mr. Kesh sent Arman to our country just to get that coil from me, for him to check on it. So Arman flew from Italy to the Philippines, and in the evening he goes back to Italy. So just to get that coil. So they spend a lot of money just to get that coil. They can do that coil on their own, but they just want that piece of coil, the first coil. So now this distance, why it is said to be performing well? Could it be you have a much better interaction with more room on this than a smaller room on this? That could be so. That could be the explanation. So it has more. It has better field interaction in this area. So you are not restricted to stay on these numbers, meaning you can go this. You can even use a much smaller coil. The one in the Magrav is as big as this. You can even use this. So you have different turns using smaller wires. The idea is you are free to decide, but the structure should be the same, that it can still do, or it can still be considered as a Magrav unit. So that's where all these numbers were derived, and the relationship, and the reason why it performs much better than the other. So we still have to tune this accordingly to more tests can be done. So that's why you have to do it, that we can see more results from your testing.
O que ele está dizendo é, pessoal, vocês não têm que se prender a esses números. Vocês podem fazer versões menores, podem, porque nós vamos acabar aprendendo com a experiência de vocês. Mas eles chegaram a esses números de tanto testar e ver que o resultado era melhor com esses números específicos por conta dessa distância entre a bobina externa e a interna, entendeu?
The problem or the limitations we have in the matter state is you have this matter state materials. You turn this copper wire into a coil. Copper wire, you turn it into a coil. It is not as flexible as you can shrink it, you can expand it in a way that you change the gap dynamically. I believe if we have that setup, that's the best setup for a Magrav unit, where you can shrink the wire inside and outside to a much smaller compressed manner, or you can expand it to a much bigger, that they have this much bigger distance or much closer distance. It should be done that way, but we have limitations in the physical aspect of doing things. That's why it is done as a fix with these numbers. But the ideal setup, it should be moving flexible according to the need.
And Vernie, the strange is that Mr. Cash said that on the very next future there will be equipment or units that are no physical at all, only with thoughts or intention, you know?
Yeah, we use this because we need confirmation, we need physical tangibility. You see, I even give an example, like use a small copper wire, nobody's doing it. How much more if I just do this by thoughts? The more you will not do it.
Yeah, I think maybe people will do it because it's easier to thought than to get up and find a wire.
Don't disturb the comfort zone.
Yeah, people are. So we start from using materials because we are used to using materials.
Yeah, Vernie, but give us an overview for it to try to understand this thoughts technology, you know, because I think this is so amazing.
The
It's just
requirement,
about
yeah.
the intention and the emotion and okay, I let me translate my question. I don't know if you want to talk about this.
Yeah, it's okay. In fact,
Okay.
that's one of the best topic to discuss.
Yeah, it's amazing. Ok, pessoal, eu perguntei para o Vernie assim. Vernie, é interessante que o Cash disse, né? E estranho também ao mesmo tempo, que no futuro muito próximo teremos equipamentos, teremos unidades que não vão ter matéria nenhuma. Vai ser feito tudo no mundo espiritual, ou digamos com pensamento, com intenção, com emoção. E eu gostaria que se ele pudesse falar um pouco sobre isso, né? Aí ele falou, mas vocês não têm coragem de pôr um pedacinho de fio no motor? Mas daí eu convenci ele da gente falar sobre isso. So, can you try to give us a overview about this technology, or
Okay,
it's all about your thought,
I
or
tell you
emotion?
how I started with transitioning from using devices and not using any device at all and still producing or using energy.
Okay, let's do it sentence by sentence so I can be more better translating. Ok, então o Vernie vai explicar como que ele parou de usar dispositivos, fez a transição de usar dispositivos físicos para começar a ir para esse sistema.
Okay, let me how can you please allow me to annotate that we can also have a drawing, so it's easier for people to visualize.
Can you allow him to draw? Is it okay now?
Yes, thank you. Okay, if this is me in the middle and this is the device and this is the, let's say, this is the, and this is the device.
Sorry, Vernie.
This is the,
Danielo, can you close your mic when Vernie speaks, please? Because it's it's making noise. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Let's say you have a device here. So this is a plasma device here. Plasma device. This is an engine, for example, a car engine. What's going on with the...
Então o Vernie, ele mesmo ali no meio, à direita ele fez um motor e à esquerda ele fez um dispositivo de plasma.
We have this experiment to when we put this device near the engine. This device will have fields around, because by design, the device I'm referring to is the one I have these three battle in the middle connected together, and you have coils. No, these are coils, but these are battles. So the device is just like that. The turn of energy is this way, meaning it is counterclockwise. So
it's like
when we
bottle with plasma water and copper nano.
Okay, so when we put that, we measure that we have 1.5 feet distance from the engine. Let's say from here, distance to the engine.
Então, digamos que ele estava deixando esse dispositivo plasmático, que era garrafas com gás.
Are you drawing something? Sorry, Daniel, because we don't see anything here.
Yeah, I was drawing something, but somehow it's gone. It's deleted. But anyway, so we put this device in proximity with the engine, and the engine start performing well.
Então eles começaram a aproximar esse dispositivo do motor e o motor começou a funcionar melhor.
If we move it away more than 1.5, it stops the effect of the engine performing well. I mean, it goes back to the normal sound of the engine. How we know that it is performing well? We use the accelerator.
Então, quando eles afastavam esse dispositivo mais de 1,5 metro longe, eles percebiam que o dispositivo, o motor voltava a funcionamento normal e começava o barulho, voltava ao barulho antigo. What do you mean performance accelerator?
Okay, we press the accelerator in a consistent manner. Let's say this is your accelerator on a vehicle, on a car.
Mm-hmm.
We press it up to this point only. It should be exactly up to that point every time, and the sound will be. It does not go to beyond that point, only to this point. It should be done consistently in a manner of the consistent sequence. Let's say you press it, it will sound like just that you're revving up the engine, so it will produce a sound like. When we put the device near the engine, at a minute, at the maximum distance where the effect can still be there, is there. Like when the fields influence the engine, instead of producing a sound like.
Sorry, Bernie.
Yes.
Danielo, please. We don't talk when you speak. Just close your mic.
I need to check my microphone. So because I cannot stay open and closing my microphone. Let me find my another earphone.
Why not? If we don't speak, just close it because it's terrible. I hear it. I don't know about the others.
I'm just changing my.
Yes, we hear it.
It's like a hurricane.
It's
like watching TV with a lot of static. You can't see the picture.
It's like wind. Are you driving?
He's torturing us.
If you're driving,
I changed
and the window is open,
my equipment. My earphone is much better now.
Yes,
yes,
it's much better.
Maybe it's the noise cancelling feature. Okay, when we step on somebody, a mechanic or my partner in doing this, just do rev on the motor, like do it consistently, don't stop. So the motor will then we put the device near the engine to the point that it reaches its point where the engine sound will change from it goes to meaning it performs much better. Acceleration is much better when there is extra energy from the device, when the field reaches the engine. If we move out beyond 1.5, goes back to previous.
Então ele está dizendo que quando eles aproximavam esse dispositivo plasmático do motor, eles percebiam o barulho da aceleração quando pisava no pedal do motor, o barulho era mais forte, significando que estava funcionando melhor, estava tendo uma performance melhor, por conta que ele estava recebendo energia do dispositivo de plasma. E quando eles afastavam mais do que, acho que é 1,5 metro ou é 15 metros, não lembro, ele perdia essa capacidade, essa energia que ele recebia. Ok, Vernie.
So this is 1.5 first position. This is the measurement that it can start from away going there. It can only start influencing the engine when it has this 1.5. So we say, this device has only a radius of 1.5 feet to influence an engine. Meaning, if you're near within 1 point, if the car is or the engine is within 1.5 feet, then it will start producing, it will start performing well. So we now have an idea that the radius or this figure 1.5 feet.
Ok. Então, eles perceberam que ao manter o dispositivo plasmático a 1.5 pés ou pé de distância, eles percebiam que influenciava esse motor para um melhor funcionamento. Então, eles descobriram que o raio de ação dele era mais ou menos 1.5 pés.
If we move away, no effect. If we move farther, like here, no effect. So, confirm, if we go back, there is an effect. Now, we decide, how about, since we can, how about we try, we use ourselves, if this is us, or if this is me, I use myself as a bridge. As a bridge, like I let the energy, I allow the energy from here to go to my body, and I'll transfer it to the engine. And it works. Even beyond 1.5 feet, we were able to manage to transfer energy from this device through me to the engine, and
So
the performance is back.
Like using your body as an antenna to deliver the energy?
Yeah, you simply, okay, you decide to yourself, like, okay, I'll take from the knowledge that, let's say, the left hand energy goes in, right hand energy goes out. So we visualize it by thought, like, okay, I let the energy goes through my left hand and I let it flow out my right hand and point it to the engine, and it works. The sound,
So,
let's say, from,
let me see if I understand. So now you can put the plasma device much further because you are transferring the fields. Ok. Então, ele descobriu que ele podia usar o corpo dele como uma antena, digamos, a esquerda recebe, a direita dá. Então, ele podia pôr o dispositivo plasmático mais longe, receber com a mão esquerda e jogar com a mão direita para o motor. Ok, Vernie.
Then we even hide the device inside a room that it is blocked by this wall. We even put it at the back. Then we simply, I'll get energy from that and we'll pass it to the engine. And it works also. Without that thought, the engine won't respond with extra performance. But when you start thinking that you get energy and you pass it on, it will start the effect. Then we move to the next level. Wait, we realize.
So
wait, okay.
So you must be thinking about this all the time in order to work?
Yes, during our testing, it was done that way. This is how we test the device, and this is also part of realization that indeed we can do this. You see, the next step is, we hide it there and it works. And then we realize, wait, we also, our body, ourselves, we also is, we're energy. Everything is energy. We're also an energy. In fact, we're, compared to that device, we're the biggest energy compared to that device. How about, I don't need that device anymore. I'll just make use of my energy and give it to the engine. And the engine performs well. Meaning there is an effect to the engine. Then we realize.
Ok, let me translate. Então, ele percebeu que ele podia pôr agora o dispositivo plasmático dentro de uma outra sala e transmitir com o corpo dele e continuou funcionando. Depois ele pensou assim, bom, então eu vou desligar o dispositivo plasmático e vou transmitir só com o meu corpo. E aí continuou funcionando. Ok.
So, the experiment go in a direction where we realize that we are also energy. So how about we try, we go directly, we don't need the device anymore. We go directly to the car and it works. Then we said, okay, therefore we don't need to make these devices. We only use our thoughts.
Ok, let me translate. Então eles perceberam assim, olha, se tudo é energia e eu também sou energia, então eu percebi que se eu desligar o dispositivo plasmático, eu posso usar o meu corpo, que é energia, e posso alimentar o motor ou ajudar na performance dele. Quer dizer, então a gente não precisa mais, a gente pode usar nossos pensamentos. E foi assim que eles descobriram isso, ok?
So that's our story on how to make use of thoughts. You see, at first we rely on the device and the fields of the device that it can provide. We even measure the distance. Then we come to a point that it can no longer influence the engine beyond 1.5 feet. No, so it is useless for the engine, meaning it doesn't provide energy anymore. So it cannot be used beyond that. So that's a problem. That's a limitation.
Então, eles perceberam que era uma limitação. A primeira coisa que eles perceberam de limitação é que o dispositivo plasmático só podia influenciar num raio de 1,5 metros ou pés. Então, isso gera uma limitação, que fez eles irem um passo além.
So we come to then how about we relay it using our body, using ourselves? Then we did it. Then to a point that we realized, wait, maybe we can do this on our own since we are also energy. So that's my story on how I went from using devices to no using devices. Everybody must develop a confidence. What we did is as a step by step. Without confidence to oneself, we make use of a device to a point that we come to a realization that, wait, we are also energy, so we can do this. So in the same manner, any of us must come to a realization that you can also provide energy because you are energy. Everything is energy.
Então, ele está dizendo que é tudo uma questão de construir a confiança em você mesmo. Eles perceberam, opa, peraí, eu também sou energia. Eu posso entregar essa melhora para o motor eu mesmo. Só que antes eu precisava dos dispositivos físicos para mim confiar que ele tinha um campo que ia influenciar. Mas agora eu já entendi que eu sou energia e tudo é energia. Então eu posso influenciar com a minha energia. Então é uma construção de confiança passo a passo.
It is very effective for everyone to transition when there is confirmation. That's why we need to use the technology. We need to implement it, that we see confirmation. Then from that confirmation, where there is an effect, we witness it, we will gain confidence.
Então ele
confidence.
Ele disse que por isso que é importante ter essa confirmação, começar usando o dispositivo físico para ter uma confirmação que funciona, para você poder criar confiança em você e na tecnologia, porque a confiança é o que importa.
We needed that confidence that we start trusting ourselves. The problem is we are taught not to trust ourselves, but to entrust everything to someone else. So that's the problem.
Então, o grande problema é que nós aprendemos desde cedo a confiar nos outros, ou no sistema, ou no que for, e não em nós mesmos. Então, é importante ter essa confirmação de que a tecnologia funciona para criar essa confiança em nós mesmos.
In fact, by design, we are given everything. We are given, you see, your body is designed in a very beautiful way that you can stand, you can walk, you can grow. So it's not by chance you are like that. You have given a beautiful system. If you examine your body, you consider the engineering point of view, the scientific point of view, how your body is designed. It's not even being totally understood by science. You see, you have to start appreciating what is already there and make use of it.
Ele está dizendo assim, você tem que começar a apreciar e admirar o que você já é, que a ciência ainda nem entendeu. Não é à toa que você anda, você corre, você pula e você é capaz de fazer muitas coisas porque você é energia, mas você tem que criar essa confiança em você mesmo, que você já é isso, só que você ainda não se descobriu.
We should not blame it to anyone, to something, to whatever, because we always blame. We are trained to use the blame game. We blame it to no, because I'm like this, I'm like that. I cannot do that. Just because it is. You see, that's what you impose on yourselves. So if you don't want to stay in that system in the same manner, and you want to let go of that and it's no longer serving you, then you start doing things that totally different from that.
Uhum. E ele disse assim que a gente tem que parar de culpar os outros, porque é isso que nos mantém presos. Ah, a culpa não é minha, a culpa é do outro. Não é sobre culpa, é sobre se conhecer, criar confiança em você mesmo e começar a experimentar coisas fora da caixa para mudar o jeito que as coisas são.
So in a way, this is easy. In a way, this is difficult for some. It's really up to the individual to decide. That's the fact of the matter. You have to decide. You have to let go of what is no longer serving you. You want to evolve. You want to go to the next level. You have to decide now. You have to start seeing or start doing things that you can learn something new.
Uhum. Então ele falou que só depende de você abandonar o que não te serve mais e dar esse passo em direção ao futuro e começar a pensar de outra maneira.
Start being excited. Start asking questions. Start questioning everything and understanding. It is from asking questions that you understand more. You ask questions because you lack something. You lack some information. You want, meaning you're already interested. So you're already there. If you have the answer, then you can implement it right away.
Então, aí a gente começa a ficar mais empolgado e começa a fazer mais perguntas e ter mais respostas. E aí a gente começa a ficar mais interessado e esse é o caminho.
So this is the starting point where we can use no devices. We can make use of our own selves, our thoughts. We can provide energy. It doesn't matter where, what distance. It doesn't matter what time. So let's start. Let's say, yeah, that's one thing.
Então essa é a história de como eles descobriram que a gente pode prover as coisas com nossa energia, com nossa vontade, com nosso desejo, sem depender das coisas materiais. E foi assim que tudo começou para a fundação e para ele. E a honra que a gente tem, né, pessoal, de ter o Vernie aqui nos ensinando isso, porque vocês já perceberam que ele é uma figura-chave aí na fundação e tudo que acontece na fundação. É uma honra muito grande para a gente. So, Vernie, I'm just sharing how so much honor we have to have you here, you know, because I think you are a very big piece into this puzzle of the Cash Foundation, you know.
Yeah, and there is one very important when we start. You have to learn this. You have to implement this. Otherwise, it will cause problem because some of us still do not understand. So I'll share you, because when you're playing with the energy, when you start management of energy, or you're managing energy from one area to the next, or from yourself to the other, one must have a complete understanding, like as one must declare to oneself that he should not be affected. I should declare to myself, when I start doing this, like giving energy to a friend because he have a stomach ache, for example, or I want to help in an emergency, to revive somebody, aside from my knowledge in, let's say, how to revive someone unconscious, the usual knowledge, I can also provide energy to accelerate the process. I have to know, I have to have this knowledge, like you have to declare to yourself that when you do this, you only declare this once. Even right now, you can do it right now. That when I do this, I should not be affected in any means when I provide energy, and that's it. From this moment for the rest of this lifetime. That's the declaration, the very important.
You mean that you will provide, but you will not be in lack of,
affected.
Is it?
You should not be affected, meaning you cannot be drained, You cannot get whatever condition the other patient have because it will automatically transfer to you. If someone has stomach ache and you provide energy that the stomach ache will be gone, you will receive the stomach ache, that person will be well instantly, but you will suffer. So you have to do the declaration to yourself that you cannot be affected from this on, from this point onwards in this life journey. So that any point in time where you feel there is a need, you can provide right away. No need to think of anything, just provide, because you have this empathy, you have this compassion towards the person, you want to help, and the person is in need, especially during emergency. So you act accordingly, and that's it. No worry, and everything will work just fine, no problem. And that's the important thing. If you miss this, whatever the condition of that person, you will have it instantly also. It will be given back to you.
Ok, let me translate. O que o Vernie está dizendo é o seguinte, pessoal. Tem uma coisa que vocês têm que aprender e declarar para vocês mesmos. Apenas uma vez, isso vai servir para o resto da sua vida. Vamos supor que você está numa situação de emergência, você tem um amigo seu que está com dor de estômago. Você vai lá e fornece energia para ele e ele melhora. E agora a dor de estômago está com você. Porque passou para você, porque você deu energia para ele. Mas se você entender e você declarar para você mesmo que nada vai te afetar e nada vai te fazer mal, você não vai ficar com essa dor de estômago. E aí você pode ajudar quem você quiser, na situação de emergência que for, que isso não vai vir para você. Desde que você entenda que isso não vai te afetar e que você declare que isso não vai te afetar, então isso não vai te afetar. E uma vez que você declarar isso, vai servir para sua vida toda. Ok, Vernie?
So this is that point where you start working with the energy fields, with your energy. You start managing energy, giving it to someone. You can connect with the sun, our sun. You can connect with the galactic sun. You can connect with the planet. You can connect with the bigger scale energy. It's a give and take relationship among us. We are all connected, and you can consciously think of this, let's say the sun, the galactic sun, to be part of the whole process. When you help someone, you're flexible, but you have also responsibility to do it correctly.
Ele está dizendo que tudo é integrado, o Sol, ou o Sol galáctico, né? O Sol no centro da nossa galáxia. Então você pode se conectar com todas essas entidades na hora de você ajudar alguém, porque está tudo integrado.
Other than that important thing, the key is you have to start somewhere. There has to be confidence. You have to erase doubts and start trusting yourself. In a family, or if you have loved ones or you have close friends, it is the right circle where you start this, because you are close already. You already have this strong connection, meaning when a family member needs help, somebody have a fever, somebody fainted out or collapsed, this is where you can start providing energy. Or you can, even someone is not feeling well.
Yeah, but how can I do it in a practical way? What's the process? Let's say that my mom is having a problem and I must help her. How do I do it?
Okay.
Let me translate. Ele disse assim que devemos começar com os nossos parentes mais próximos, que a gente tem uma conexão mais forte. Aí eu perguntei, mas em termos práticos, vamos dizer que minha mãe está passando mal, como que eu ajudo ela? Ok, Vernie.
Okay, you have to discuss it with someone. Of course, in the family, you have to open this topic to them, and you have to discuss that. Indeed, we can provide energy, we can exchange energy, but we have to do this and that to as our means of keeping the balance within ourselves, or in other terms, protect ourselves, our current balance. So when in emergency, for example, you have not discussed this to your mother, for example, but she needed the energy as soon as possible, then you just give the instruction. If your mother is still conscious, okay, mother, you I hold your hand, your left hand with my right hand, and your right hand with my left hand. I'll give you energy through my right hand. You receive it with your left hand. I receive your energy with my left hand. I give my energy. So all you have to do is accept that you will be okay. Then accept my energy, and the body will simply take the energy. And that's it. That's how easy it is.
So the person must accept.
Yes, yes.
And
if the person
what
is unconscious, it's
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
You can still contact that person even physically unconscious. You'll still do the same procedure, even by thoughts. It will work the same way. Because you're not connecting just the physical, you're connecting to the soul level.
Ele disse assim: bom, digamos que sua mãe está consciente. Você vai lá. Ok, give me one second. Então, assim, você vai lá e chega para sua mãe e fala assim: ó, mãe, eu vou te dar energia, não fique preocupada, é para o seu bem, não vai ter nada demais, apenas aceite isso. E aí você dá sua mão direita, você pega com a sua mão direita a mão esquerda dela, e vice-versa, com a sua mão esquerda a mão direita dela, né? E troca a energia com ela. Você dá energia para ela e ela tem que aceitar. No caso da pessoa estar inconsciente, não tem problema, que ela não tem como aceitar porque ela está inconsciente, e é simples assim. Ok, Vernie.
This activity is normal to us in our family. My children can do this. My daughter also already done this to her classmate during an emergency, and 30 seconds, the problem is solved. 10 seconds, it can be done as fast as that, or it can be done instantly. In fact, it is done instantly the moment a connection is established, meaning an agreement is established, and within 30 seconds, you can see the progress, a fast progress. It is very slow when you take medicine through your mouth and to the stomach compared to this.
Do you think the person must believe in all of this, or doesn't need to believe?
Accepting is believing, and the person in need is in need of cure. At that point, it is an emergency. The person will welcome anything just to be out of that situation.
Yeah.
And you are helping because you are a friend. You're somebody right at the right place at the right moment, capable of helping.
And I think you can do it for the person, even if the person is on the other part of the world, because there's no space and time for the soul.
Yeah, I have done that a lot of times. And
you just thinking about a person?
Yeah, somebody asked help and I acted upon, and it's done. You can also help an animal like a dog, your pet, your cat, any animal in need of help. You can, because they will ask for help. You will know when you're at this level, when you're already operating at this level, your daily life, you become more sensitive to the calling of people in need, of animals in need. You become sensitive. You listen to all. You can understand right away. Even there is no physical language. Language is no longer a barrier. Just by looking at the situation, you know what to do. You know what is needed. You simply act on it. You become like that.
Ele está dizendo que quando você começa a agir dessa maneira, você começa a ficar mais sensível e você começa a prestar atenção nos animais, gatos, cachorros que precisam de ajuda, e você começa a ajudar todo mundo. E também não tem problema com distância, porque não existe espaço e tempo para a alma. Então a pessoa pode estar do outro lado do planeta. Se você pensar nela, na intenção de ajudar ela vai ser ajudada. Ele falou do caso da filha dele, que uma vez uma amiga da sala, um amigo passou mal e ela fez esse procedimento e a pessoa em 30 segundos ficou melhor. Okay.
When you are aware of this knowledge, and when you are ready, when you agree and you you decide to yourself that you're ready, you can do this, opportunity will come from time to time for you to do it. And animals, especially the animals, they know how to contact you. They know that let's say there are several individuals passing through road, and then those ahead of you, they will not call those individuals, but when you pass by, they will call you because they needed help. They know who the person to call when they needed help, even if it's your first time meeting.
Ele
like
está
that.
dizendo que os animais, eles sabem a pessoa certa para pedir ajuda. Às vezes você vai estar numa estrada, vai passar várias pessoas, o animal não vai atrás deles, mas vai cruzar a sua frente pedindo ajuda para você, porque eles são muito sensíveis. E ele falou que quando você estiver pronto, você vai se deparar com muitas situações de pessoas que precisam de ajuda. Vernie, talking about thoughts and traveling, so if I let's say if I start to thinking about Mars, and I really go deep into my thoughts, and so I can travel by my thoughts just by thinking on Mars. That's my question. Okay, I will translate now my question. So, então, pessoal, eu perguntei para ele, quer dizer então que vamos dizer que eu quero ir para Marte. Eu começo a pensar em Marte. E só de eu ter um pensamento profundo sobre Marte, eu vou viajar para lá? Essa foi a minha pergunta.
For some practice, this is done by
Can I
doing
one
a
thing
process. Yeah.
one thing, Vernie, please.
Okay.
Today we open a big knowledge by using the small things.
Hoje nós abrimos um grande conhecimento ao usar as coisas pequenas.
So why don't you try to go a small one step?
Então, por que você não tenta ir apenas um passo pequeno?
You are in this room. Try
Você
to
está
go
nessa
to
sala.
the other room where anyone sitting there and see.
Tenta ir para a sala do lado onde tem alguém sentado lá e tenta ver o que tem lá.
That do not prevent you from going to the sun, to the another universe. This is a different thing. But Mr. Cash
Isso não,
is saying always
isso não impede.
when you try this plasma things and soul and everything, try with the small steps.
Isso não impede de você de ir para o Sol ou para Marte, mas o Cash sempre falou, sempre quando você lidar com plasma, tente as pequenas coisas.
This small steps, which is you can confirm to yourself that you are doing it.
São pequenos passos que podem confirmar para você mesmo que você está fazendo isso.
That's all. If you go to the sun and you cannot confirm how we all travel all the time, but how you gonna confirm it?
Se você vai para o Sol e você não pode confirmar isso, porque todos nós viajamos o tempo todo.
Okay, go ahead, Vernie, please.
It is this point when we become more sensitive to everyone.
Então, nesse ponto, quando nós nos tornamos mais sensíveis para todo mundo.
It is this point where we elevate our level of empathy towards one another.
Nesse ponto que nós elevamos nosso nível de empatia uns para com os outros.
And by knowing that we are capable of doing this, we become humbled at the same time.
E ao saber que nós somos capazes de fazer isso, ao mesmo tempo nos tornamos humildes.
It is a normal effect to become humble because you appreciate more of what you can do. You appreciate the design of your body, your capability. But instead of becoming boastful, you become humble.
Então você começa a se tornar mais humilde porque você começa a apreciar e agradecer suas capacidades.
You have more respect to the creation. You have more respect to yourself.
Você tem mais respeito pela criação, mais respeito por você mesmo.
You become more loving towards nature, to the animals, to the plants. You become more sensitive to them. You don't like harming them anymore.
você se torna mais amoroso e sensível com relação às plantas, aos animais, e você para de prejudicar eles.
It is this point you start questioning your usual practice of killing animals and doing environmental destruction. It is this point you'll realize because it's just like you're awakened when you have this.
E é nesse ponto que você começa a questionar a sua destruição dos animais e do ambiente, porque você está acordando. You mean eating?
Yes, eating, you can eat fruits like something like that. You see, every day I have this problem, like when we have fish, when we have, we no longer eat poultry or pork. The least you can do is fish and vegetables, but I would like to transition to only fruits. But every time when we have this fish, I always reflect on what happened to the fish. Sometimes it's really a struggle for me, but it's a transition for me also. We transition easily from stop participating with buying chicken, buying pork. We already done that. We are more on vegetables, and this part where there is fish, that's our next step. In fact, when we pass that, we only go to vegetables, then we go to fruits. Fruits are enough.
Ele está dizendo que daí ele transicionou para parar de comer porco e frango e agora está comendo só peixe, mas às vezes faz mal, assim, ele fica mal e daí vai transicionar, ele pretende transicionar para parar de comer peixe e ficar só com frutas e vegetais e no futuro só frutas.
When we stay in this lifestyle where we become more sensitive, we eat less. We eat a small amount, but we can go long hours without eating. It's a normal thing. You don't struggle how to implement this diet. No, you don't need to implement some form of diet or strict procedures. It's not like that. It's a difficult process if you do that. It comes naturally. Because realization will give you strength.
Ele está dizendo que essa transição é natural, você não luta contra isso, você não luta para mudar a sua dieta. É algo natural que acontece porque você começa a perceber a verdade.
It's not because somebody said, oh, you have to be a vegetarian, you have to this and you have to follow this. It's not like that. You decide it for yourself. It's just like you say, I have to stop doing this because I don't feel good anymore doing this. I don't want to participate. One way to stop the killing is not participating in buying the products. That's a transition. It's not easy to do it right away. In fact, transitioning from eating meat and not eating meat takes 2 months for the body to adjust. To be in medical terms, the surgeon will advise to do that in 2 months, that your body will adjust.
Bom, ele está dizendo que o corpo leva 2 meses para se ajustar entre você comer carne e não comer carne.
There is a documentary about that. I think it's about meat, and the surgeon said to his clients that you do this protocol less every week, then the next week lesser of this material, and you come back after 2 months when you're done this, and let's see if we continue with your heart surgery or not. Those who follow the simple advice of the doctor no longer go with the procedure of heart surgery. It's not necessary anymore because the body reverses the condition that it becomes more healthy.
Ele está dizendo que o corpo se torna mais saudável e você não precisa mais fazer, por exemplo, cirurgia de coração. Let me check if you have any question here. Okay, if you want to continue. Yeah, I can make a lot of questions for you, but I will just me and you talking. Maybe it's not good, but I have a lot of
Yeah.
questions for you,
Yeah.
Vernie.
Anyone can
we can talk
participate
for,
now. Yeah. Yeah.
we can
I
talk
think that
for
would be,
days.
yeah, that would be all for now. You can, anyone can share or ask questions.
Yeah. And pessoal, fica à vontade. Feel free to open your mic. Kay, do you want to make a question?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Go on.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vernie, for tonight's sharing. God bless you. I know it's a bit late. Just going back to the nano-coated wire or the ring, which you put it onto the circuit breaker. Just like in the case of the car that you were explaining last week, if we were to put coppers and CH3 GaNs, if we were to lace it, would that do a better plasmatic nano-coating to the wire of the house, or it would have no difference?
Yeah, it can. You can do that also on the house, but for some this is challenging since you're applying energy to that bottle, so you have to place it in a way that it is secured in a manner, because you have this liquid, you have this wire, and yeah, it can be done from one is on the input and one on maybe on one of the plugs, for example. You can do that. Just be careful not to spill the container.
Of course. What about just lacing the GaNs onto the wire itself? Just like, just spray some GaNs onto the wire, like copper GaNs or CH3 GaNs onto the wire, apart from the bottle and the coil.
Yeah,
if we were just directly.
it can be done also that way, but the nano has to be there to have a better transition.
Yeah,
There has to be at least
nano-coat the one.
Yeah. Yes, you add. Then later you add GaNs. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay. If Daniel just translate that, I would like to make one more question, please. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you can make your question, because I don't know what to translate, because I was playing with my cat here. I'm kind of lost.
God bless. The next question is the replication unit that God bless Jalal, he was explaining. I believe it was nano-coated copper coat outside the box, and just normal zinc plate outside the box, and a nano coat inside the box, and you connect them with the wire. So imagine if you were to put, say, a hat that you have used, say, 10 years ago, and you transfer the amino acid and the emulsion of the hat, which belongs to you, into that box. Then how do you take the field out of that box? There's water in there with the saline water in there. I missed out somewhere there. So is the box empty?
There is no water in the box.
There's no.
And you use nano-coated copper and nano-coated zinc.
Both of them are nano-coated. Okay, and then how do you utilize the box in order to transfer your old emotion and amino acid or information, say from a hat, back into your head?
How you transfer the energy of the orange to the water? It's the same thing. We used, you remember the replicator cup?
Yeah,
CO2, CuO, CH3, and whatever, iron and amino acids. And then we put the water, and then we put the orange in the top. This guys here make magnet of a field.
Yeah.
Plasmatic field inside. So it will bring this energy of the orange to the water. Now we are dealing with the same position, nano-coated copper and nano-coated zinc. They have their fields and they will interact inside this cup. but be sure that this cup is nano-coated inside.
Why nano-coated zinc, Jalal, instead of regular zinc?
Regular zinc, it will not penetrate this barrier of the metal state. It's a weak. You need to be nano-coated that the field of the zinc, it carry on beyond the metal state.
So the cup is nano-coated inside, is it?
Yes.
Então, pessoal, o copo lá que é para pegar a energia do pé bom e passar para o pé que está ruim, só para esclarecer, é um copo que é nano revestido por dentro e por fora tem um zinco nano e um cobre nano e eles são ligados normal, como se fosse um copo, eles são por fora.
Now, whatever you put here, don't forget your hat, what you said, it's already attached to your physicality and especially your head. So it carries the energy of the amino acid inside. So this energy will be replicated in this field. This is a magnet field here. Don't forget, you are dealing with magnets. Magnets.
Well, I appreciate that, but how do I utilize that field inside the box? There's no water.
You don't need water.
So how do
ele tá perguntando que porque assim não tem água dentro do copo e o Kay tá perguntando como que eu vou utilizar o campo se não tem água.
Put your left hand and put your right hand against each other. There is a water here. You don't feel the energy of your hands in between.
O Jalal falou assim, coloca sua mão esquerda e sua mão direita. Tem água entre elas? Você não consegue sentir o campo entre elas?
In reality, you don't need it, all of these. As Vernie now, he's teaching you that you transfer this energy of this device to the engine, a matter state. You can transfer it, and then you don't need it. You are plasma. So
there is
you cannot remember the days of you are 15 or you are 20 or you are 25 or you are 30. You are already lived it and you have the whole energy embedded in you. You change the position because you are related yourself to the condition, to the environment. So the environment changed, you changed.
O que o Jalal falou é o seguinte, você está relacionado com a energia do ambiente. Então, se você mudar a energia do seu ambiente, você lembrar da época que você tinha 30, 25, 15 anos, toda aquela energia já está embutida dentro de você. Então, quando você muda o seu ambiente, você pode se conectar com essa energia de quando você era mais jovem.
Can you laugh now? Can you laugh? Can you laugh?
Yes, as much as you would like me to.
Okay. Can you laugh as 10 years? When you was 10 years, can you laugh? Can you laugh when you was 5 years? Can you laugh when you was 2 years?
It's the same
Jalal
thing
falou
that you laugh all the time.
O Jalal falou assim, você consegue rir? Ele falou sim, mas você consegue rir como quando você tinha 15 anos, ou 10, ou 5, ou 2?
Why you have to be 40 and 50 and 60 and all these disasters? Why don't you be as this child from the beginning to the end? You are the same child.
I would love to, but I still don't know how to reach to my energy.
Yeah. Okay, start with the books, and then you do not need the books. Really, it's the same thing. When he told you, we approach the device to the engine, and then we took it away a little bit. 1.5 and then there is no any influence of the device, and then we put ourselves between the device and the engine. It is only connecting, you connect this matter state. You think it's a matter state, it is a plasma, low order of plasma.
O que o Jalal está dizendo é que o estado da matéria é um plasma mais fraco. Então, você começa a trabalhar com esse dispositivo para copiar, por exemplo, o aminoácido do seu chapéu de quando você era criança, mas você não precisa disso, como o Vernie ensinou para a gente agora.
It's only you connected one plasma to another, finished. there is an established of connection. Now, whatever
Jalal?
you want to deliver, yes.
Yes. There, if we combine, I think there's one way also of doing is that everybody can do the easy
Yes,
way.
please go ahead.
When we combine the knowledge provided by Masaru Emoto and the knowledge provided by Mr. Kesh, just use a glass of water. You want orange? Okay. Put orange in the, just your thought. Say to water that it is orange. It is orange juice. Just say it, or by thoughts, it is orange juice. You're holding the glass of water and you declare it, it's orange juice, orange juice. When you're done, when you're contented with it, drink. And you have, you can play with this with your children, with your friends. Have everyone a glass of water. Everyone have, you have 1 liter of water, share it to different glasses. Everyone must have different, then let everyone declare what fruit to put or what fruit the water will turn into. So you're holding the glass of water. What is it that you want to wish to the water to become? You want to become a strawberry juice? You want to become pineapple juice? You want it to become...
They will feel the taste?
Do it. It's the easiest way. Everybody have access to a glass of water, drinking water. Do it at home. Do it now. You compare the difference and you will gain confidence after doing it. You can change you can even remove impurities from water. It will settle down at the bottom. You just say, improve the quality of water. It's just like you're commanding water, but your idea is, your thought is, you want the water to have an improved quality, meaning it is pure, it is clean, no chlorine, no other impurities. It will be gone, but it will settle at the bottom. Since your glass of water is not, doesn't have a hole, it will settle at the bottommost part. You don't drink that part. If you want to purify water, then you drink the water. It will taste differently. You first, for doing this testing, you're doing this experiment, you taste the water first, then you start changing it. Then you compare. You drink it again, you compare. You can do it now. Everybody can confirm. You can get from your kitchen, you get water. Everybody can confirm this.
Do I need a specific focusing in order to
just
make the intention? Just talk about it.
Just like what we are talking. We are talking right now. You have the intention to say the words. Then say the words you want. You're holding a glass of water. I want orange juice. You turn into orange juice. It's totally up to you how you want the water to become. It's just like you're turning water into pineapple juice. Our children here, the cousins, we've been doing this. I've been doing this wherever I go, as just doing it for fun and also for education, that people will realize they can do this.
Wait, Vernie. Kai, do you remember the movie of Peter Pan?
Peter Pan, yes.
Do you remember it?
Yes.
Live it.
God bless you.
Ok, I need to translate, guys.
Yes.
O Vernie falou o seguinte: combinando o conhecimento do Dr. Cash com o Dr. Masaru Emoto, a gente pode simplesmente pegar um copo de água e falar assim para ela: você é suco de laranja, ou simplesmente você pensa, e aquela água vai ter gosto de laranja. Você pode fazer o teste, ou morango, ou maçã, ou o que for, ou você pode falar para a água assim: água, esteja mais limpa ou mais purificada, e ele disse que a sujeira vai decantar no fundo da água, e você pode fazer a experiência. Você bebe ela antes de fazer o processo, depois pede para ela ficar limpa, e depois bebe de novo, sem beber a parte do fundo, que é onde vai estar a sujeira. E ele disse que ele faz isso por um tempão já com seus filhos e fazem vários experimentos. Ok.
So, sorry, just going to say, most probably I'm definitely going to experiment this glass of water and have the intention of having this water purified and have all its impurity settled to the bottom, precipitate to the bottom of the glass. I would like to see if I can achieve that. Once I achieve that, now I know exactly what direction I'm going to.
If you have access to water right now, or you have a drinking water right now, drink that water, remember the taste, then change it right away, seconds or 10 seconds, it's up to you. Then tell us what's the taste after. First, you have to taste it to as a baseline to compare.
I
Then,
understand.
yeah, do it right now. You can tell right away. Don't have no hesitation. Just do it.
Don't drink it. Eat it.
I can hear the water.
I'm just at the
What
moment
if you don't
there's
have
nobody around.
water? What if you don't have water? Like right now, we have water trucks coming and people have buckets on their heads to carry it. Have you tried making a glass of water? Is that our next step?
You mean out of you let water appear on your glass? Yeah.
Yes, or do we just accept the fields that put water in our bodies as we need it?
We will come to that. We will come to that when you materialize things in front of you.
Yeah, let me share something. With my ex-girlfriend, she was in a religion, African religion, and she was there, and they were sharing yogurt with everybody, and the yogurt wasn't enough for everybody. And one of the girls, she was channeling an entity, and she said, "Oh, the yogurt is not enough," and she put the hands to the air, and when she put the hands down, it was a triple yogurt. She materialized it in front of everybody, you know.
So it expanded, sort of.
Yeah, I think we will do it very soon.
Okay, Daniel, we're waiting.
Yeah,
We'll
do you like
check.
yogurt?
Thank you, guys.
If everything comes out of fields,
Yeah.
so you cannot create this field to become a matter state.
Yeah.
So it would have to be our body would take the fields when it needs it.
You don't know. You don't know the potential of yourself, and what is the capability of. Thanks God, the humanity, they do not know the capability.
Very true.
Pessoal, a conversa que entrou aqui é se nós temos o poder de, por exemplo, se não tiver água, de manifestar água, né, na hora que quiser. Aí eu compartilhei uma experiência de uma ex-namorada minha que ela era da Umbanda, e um dia ela estava lá e eles estavam distribuindo Danoninho para todo mundo, e o Danoninho não deu para todo mundo, e tinha uma menina lá que falou assim, Danoninho não vai dar para todo mundo, e ela pôs a mão para cima assim, e quando ela baixou a mão, tinha multiplicado o Danoninho. E aí o Jalal falou, porque tudo vem dos campos. Será que você não pode criar esses campos e materializar o que você quiser na sua frente? Okay, guys.
I would like to say I will leave you in a safe hand with Vernie. If you would like to continue, Vernie.
Jalal, just before you go, God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you a lot.
No, you.
God bless all of us. Apart from that, listen, I'm in Linz on 29th. I've got flight to do on 29th. Mr. Kesh has eventually put me in for that day, so I'll most probably be there on 28th till 30th. What is your biggest recommendation about saying just give? That's what I want to do. I'm hoping to have 5 flights. At the moment it's booked for 5 flights, but it all depends. What is the best recommendation you do? I definitely am looking for world peace. I would love to speak to Iranian leader as well as the other world leaders. What else would you recommend?
Just be yourself.
All sorts of things. But more than anything, I really would love to have world peace. we love the elevation of everybody's soul so we could collectively achieve what Mr. Cash has been working so hard, and the creator actually,
You know,
for us to achieve.
you know, Kai, every time there is testimonials, and I say to myself, if I am there, what I will do, and especially if I want to elevate my community. You know, the first thing comes to my mind, what I do, kick their asses. to see the beauty, really, sometimes in the what to call it, in the psychologist therapies, they slap the face with slap him
Yeah.
to wake him up. This is a way of waking up. Sometimes I think like this, because all of this beauties all over the place, and they do not see only the killing and stealing and suffering, and it's amazing. And until now, thanks God, I didn't went really, because me as Jalal, there is a lot of conflict inside. What I do, but in the first thing in my thought is giving, only giving, whatever it is, just give. So until you establish real what you want, maybe it is the next second or the next frame of your you are there. But first, enjoy. And then, because you are already in this path of giving, so it will come automatically. Don't worry about it, really. Don't think hard about it. Go and enjoy.
I really hope so. Anyhow,
Be excited.
And
be
don't
excited.
be sorry.
Yeah.
And don't be sorry, huh? Mr. Sorry. Don't be sorry.
No, I
Just
won't.
be excited on what reality you want to be in.
Exactly.
Because when you're in that position, the rest will simply follow. You don't have to change everything. You only need to change your position. You have to hold that feeling. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to see around the world? What is it that you want everybody around you? Hold that feeling, and this is what I like, and I am excited when I have this feeling. I like this one, I like this. So you're excited, then the rest will simply follow. It's simply you position yourself to what the world you want to be in. The rest, the world will simply follow. You don't need to change one person. All you need to change is what's within you. The rest will simply follow.
I truly hope so.
Okay, guys, I think we should finish because
first, Danielo, all the blessing, Kai, all the blessing and support, my dear, from now until you come back.
Thank you very much.
So, my dears, if we are calling today, thank you very much. Vernie, thank you really very much.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vernie.
We
thank
wish
you, Jalal.
we
Thank you,
see
Daniel.
you again next week.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Well, maybe in the lanes, but okay. God bless you all. My soul will be here.
Vernie, thank you.
Então, pessoal, eu acho que por hoje só. E vamos agradecer aí o Vernie por estar aqui, o Jalal. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vernie. We hope to see you again. So, thank you, everybody. Good night. Or good evening, or whatever.
Thank you.
Tchau, pessoal. Obrigado. Até a próxima.
Good
Bye
night
bye.
to all. Good night.
Thank you for being here. Bye bye. Thank you, Vernie, Jalal.
Aviso: o material informativo e educativo aqui contido destina-se a promover a compreensão geral e o diálogo do processamento de GANs. Tais informações não se destinam a servir como substituto para o treinamento clínico, experiência ou julgamento de um profissional de saúde. Para pacientes e indivíduos, tais informações não devem ser um substituto para recomendação profissional médica, terapêutica ou de saúde ou de conselhos médicos. Para questões ou assuntos de interesse médico, incluindo decisões sobre medicamentos e outros tratamentos, os leitores, visitantes e ouvintes devem sempre consultar seu médico ou, em casos graves, buscar assistência imediata do pessoal de emergência. Informações sobre prescrição médica, procedimentos e uso de dispositivos médicos devem ser realizados somente por pessoal médico devidamente treinado e certificado. Especificamente, nos isentamos de prestar quaisquer garantias, expressas ou implícitas, incluindo garantias implícitas de comercialização ou adequação a uma finalidade específica. Tais informações são fornecidas como estão e acredita-se que sejam precisas no momento de sua publicação, mas cabe aos telespectadores avaliarem a precisão de qualquer informação encontrada nesta apresentação. Cada caso apresentado é de sua própria experiência, aplicado por eles mesmos e se aplica somente ao seu caso. Toda pessoa com problemas de saúde deve procurar recomendação médica profissional e consultar seu curso de tratamento com um médico. Os processos de equilíbrio do plasma aqui descritos são um processo natural que auxilia o corpo, mas não substitui o conselho médico ou as terapias a que já se está sujeito.